Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Sekou Kene. Today is Friday, June 11, 2024. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV this morning, this afternoon, this evening, depending where you are. I want to welcome you to today's edition. Today we are going to be discussing everything. You know what it is when we say open mic. It means that nothing is off limit, nothing is off the table as long we are discussing the issues, as long we remain within the confines of this platform, which is having conversation that is issue driven, nothing but the issues. Let's see if we can get connected to our colleagues. Don't see Mabon Kola in the Truth FM. I think they are here. Let's see. Mabon, hello. Mabon, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting you. It's like something we're playing beyond on the other side of our computer on the YouTube. So and so good that in fact a good thing we're playing because if there was something my colleagues that were here, they let something play and I even know myself. I just plugged our audio cable and just start playing on the air. So thank God our good thing. Yeah, man, they got it. Yeah. So what's up, Chief? How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Uh, we have a lot of challenges, but we're doing good. Thank God. And I'm kind of getting jealous of that beautiful shirt you're wearing there right there.
You see,
Uh,
well,
anytime I
I
see,
had to beat
anytime I see
22, man.
somebody coming from my brother, I will tell her to go take that shirt and bring it for me.
Yeah, seriously. Look, to that one, be second sorry, he said, I remember where you come from. I said, for Ghana, the plan, and then I'm never wait. I gotta go back to the office. I remember I wanted to, I said, we can't talk that chief. I'm going back because of the
I
time.
know.
He said, yeah. So indeed, Shahid, actually, it's a gift, and thank you. Say you love it. But I think when you come, I believe that you will
No, no,
come
no, no, don't wait for me
because
to come. I will get first of all, they will come in here to bring it.
no,
They
you gotta
will
come.
get rescue
No,
everything right now. Yeah. The day will bring the rescue right, that time will come.
oh, no, but then that coming
The
general
rescue rice
because,
is there because me,
be-
I like eating rice too much.
yeah,
So
because even
I want to make
the
sure when I
missionary
go,
can here.
yeah, the rescue rice will come. When the rescue rice comes, then I will come there.
All
Yeah,
right,
but
good. Anyway, mm.
yeah, but how you doing? How's everything?
Well, I'm doing great, and thank God for life. At least we have another opportunity again, like President Mon will always say, to be alive, and we are grateful to the Almighty Creator for everything. And again, we are back on the show to inform our people and also give them the opportunity also for them to also participate into whatsoever discussion that we will be having here today. So indeed, we are great, and Liberia is good apart from all of the happening back to back and so on. But we are okay, and the weather
You
condition is
know,
also good.
I've been hearing that SKTV is currently trending at very, very high on a very fast pace. And I'm told that our guys being going through some challenges there, some people being threatening that you guys, and then some are actually embracing you guys and giving you all the recognition and respect for SKTV. And those who are actually threatening, we will tell them to disengage, and those who are actually embracing us, we tell them to continue. We will do our part, and the only thing we can get from the Liberian people is some level of appreciation for the sacrifices and time we gave, to provide needed information to our people. Uh, you know, Melbourne, today we're going to be discussing open mic. It means that we're going to be discussing everything. When we say open mic, we say what's on your mind. It means that nothing is off the table. We are going to be discussing everything, and we're not going to restrict our people in terms of what to discuss, how to discuss it, as long as they remain respectful, as long as they remain, within the confines of the platform, but making sure the conversation is issue central. We don't have a problem with it. However, like Mabel would say, happy it, we are here. Today is Friday. It's a good day. So, what is going on in Liberia? How are you doing? And how is the Escape TV baby doing?
Well, wonderful. I think there's a record breaking that even I don't know how many shares. I think about 9 shares, and I was saying that we're going nearly 400. So that tells you that indeed what you just said. That's just the fact that people are gluing to their radio, or better stay on the internet to follow the SKTV show, because why? We bring out all of the information. We bring all of the things that they need to know, and we give all the facts without being maybe someone will say they had something. So indeed, so because of that, the people are falling in, and they are really, really loving us for that. So yes, indeed, we are good. Like as I started, we are great, and so many things happening. Apart from some of the latest things that have been happening throughout the week, maybe we're going to look at some of the things that have been happening throughout the week. But also, we are hearing, or in fact, we're getting report that the national budget that have been signed. We are hearing that there's a request to recall a fiscal year 2024 national budget. I don't know for what reason. I don't know what's going on, but we are getting news on that also. And the Ministry of Transport also denies issuing of fake insurance documents, because, mind you, quite recently the motorcyclists, they were told to go to an insurance company to get their insurance documents. But after some time, we got some information that that insurance company, I don't know what happened when it happened, but they were also saying that they stopped them again going there, and they also recommended another new one for them to go. So that also caused some discrepancy among the motorcyclists, and they start to even inform some of us that if this continues, then I mean maybe the government may not achieve their no-go zone uh, thing that they put into place. So again, apart from that, the LDEA, the National Drugs of the Liberia National Drugs Agency, we are still getting reports that in fact maybe there may be an dismissal, or maybe those 3 names that have been sent out for suspension. We are getting some reports that if anytime, maybe before next week, we'll be getting news that those names may likely be dismissed from the LDA. That's the information that we are getting from the corridor. Again, well, we are still fighting.
Hold on, Mabel. You said like the 3 names. Are we talking about like all three?
All
All
three.
three will be dismissed.
Yes, that's the news we are getting from the corridor of the LDA, that indeed the president or the government of Liberia is contemplating on dismissing those 3 LDA officials.
Okay.
So yes, so that's the news that we are getting from the corridor of the LDA. And the Ministry of Commerce also refused claims clarify rice import, pricing, and distribution. But howbeit, before I close up, mind you, the prices of rice or basic commodities are still on the high price, and the cost of living is still increasing day by day. And that's just the fact. The USD rate as we speak is around 196 or 196 Liberian dollar to $1 USD. So that means if you change something around maybe $1 US, it may likely give you close to 200 plus Liberian dollar. But if the $5, then we're talking about almost 975 or 960 or 65, right there in between. So far so good, Steve. Mr. Steve, sorry, so good.
It's okay.
In fact, these are some of the happening, and to our viewers and our listeners.
Wow, that is quite interesting. For some reason, okay, I was not even seeing the comments people were making. Now I'm seeing it because I wanted to recognize some people while we dive into the conversation. Maybe those were very, very interesting, revelations. But yeah, it is what it is. We are here to discuss the issues. We are here to provide the needed information to our people as we receive them. But yeah, the rescue train is shaking off, and some people are going to be, some people drop off. Some people will stay on board. Some people will continue. Some people there will be no new people jumping on board. Whatever the case is, rescue train remain the rescue train. We have no fish to fry in what is going on with the rescue train. What we care about, any part of their behavior or their action that will have negative impact on our people. That's the only thing we care about. But yes, indeed, let me take this time to recognize a few of you. If you just joining us, this is SKTV. Coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Sekou Kene. With me is my colleague, Johnson Mebon Kola. Sekou Kroma will be joining us momentarily. Also, Lawrence Maxwell Moore will also be joining us. Steve Bolle will join us, aka Moses, and the man himself, Brazilian Monk, will also be joining us later on. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV. What I ask of you right now is to please share the show. That is the most important thing for me at this point. Today is Friday, and when it's Friday, is the day to, support SKTV. Don't forget, we will be posting the Cash App and Zelle number up there for today. We have a lot going on. We have a lot of challenges going on. You all know what it is. And those who already, in fact, by the time we came on, somebody sent $25 right away without even asking for a number or whatsoever. So yes, indeed, we also have, one of the uh, most important fans of SKTV, one of not the only, but one of the most important fans of SKTV, Uncle Pete, the man from Ori County. His birthday is coming up next month. It's going to be big, big, big birthday. Imagine Uncle Pete going to turn 75. Can you imagine? When you see him, he doesn't look 75. He still look, like somebody who is in the 50, early 50 or 60. But yeah, Uncle P gonna be 75. And Uncle P gonna ask all of us, we're really proud of him for being 75-year-old and kicking it strong. You should get him $75. Everybody should get $75 for 75 years. You see that each year he actually accomplished will be at least, and we amount to $1 per year. So his $75, his 75 year will be $1 per person. He says, all I will pay. I said, we'll pay, no problem. So Uncle P birthday going to be July 1st. Well, we just warming up, informing everybody about this thing. It's going to be a big fundraiser and a big program on SKTV that day to celebrate Uncle Pete's birthday. But yes, indeed, I want to recognize all of you here. We have Linda Nyampang. Welcome to SKTV. Ernestine Burnett. Welcome to SKTV. Helen Kekula, I'm sorry. Welcome to SKTV. Samuel Gogai Hollywood. Welcome to SKTV. Regina Wilson. It's been a minute. I hope all is well. Regina, welcome to SKTV. James David. Paul Jala, welcome to SKTV. My brother and friend, Melvin DeShield, from all the way Belgium, Brussels to be specific. Welcome to SKTV. Roof. Robert Pemba, SKTV. Those are the original of SKTV. Now, I'm not saying other people are fake, but people that have been with us, from time immemorial and have done everything. They have gone above and beyond to make sure that SKTV remains. Sometimes we got to recognize their presence. So Ruth, we hope Ruth was sick at some point. I saw her dancing the other day. I think she has recovered fully. I saw her shaking off, telling the bad feeling, bad sickness to go away. So, Ruth, we hope you are responding very, very well, and we are hoping that you and the family are doing fine. So, indeed, my feedback from welcome to SKTV, my Oma there from the Bay Area, California, to be specific. You moved to Kranga, the newly wedded, Jew. You know that Jew is beautiful. That Ghanaian guy, I told you, say, you gotta bring me more money. You don't bring more money, I will take my sister back. Yeah. So Yumu Kanga, welcome to SKTV. Mata Gay, welcome to SKTV. Thank you for watching us from Grand Rapids. Mata, I gotta call you, man. You know, I got my family in Grand Rapids. That's why I always go to Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'll have to call you, and you gotta connect with my family there. At least, see them. You gotta know each other. I got my family in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's why I always in Michigan. So, Mata, welcome to SKTV. Brazilian Monk, my man. We're waiting for you. We're waiting for you. You see, Brazilian Monk is telling you that today is Friday. He's coming with his basket. So, you got to make sure you are there. And my own Oma is also here. That Oma. Don't see you looking at Oma, but that Oma is smarter than the most of the young people there. She's well educated. She articulates well. She communicates very, very well. You can communicate whether they're writing or they're talking or you can be her. And my man, let me tell you something. Maybe let me tell you, she's not my Oma. No, that one my Oma. That one part, she's not going to complain, say, don't call me Oma. All the other Jew there, when you call the young Jew, you call them Oma, then a problem. But my Oma, she's proud to call me her son. And you know too, all Oma. You know the Oma.
After Oma, right?
Herring. So, Oma, welcome to SKTV. Mustafa Balo, welcome to SKTV. Marie Prot, my sister there from all the way Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to SKTV. Linda Street, welcome to SKTV. Sarah Tule, she's the one that actually contributed yesterday, but by the time we recognize her contribution, she had already left. She sent us $60 yesterday. She's called Sarah Tule. Sarah, welcome. Go Black Zoe, welcome. Oh, people want to show you face. You know, we're Canada. You got to just write something. I know most of you guys by name. Yeah, I know most of you by name. I don't know anybody by face. I've met some of you, but not all of you. But one of these days we'll all meet and and have fun. Yeah, Yvonne Eo, I always call her, my brother instead of my sister, because I have this friend called Eo White. So I always, mistaking her for that, but she is so sweet and one of the major supporters of SKTV. Odesco Tape, welcome to SKTV. Mustafa Balo, Rebecca Gossi, welcome to SKTV. Our own Abraham, multimedia journalist Collie, welcome to SKTV. Roger Gibson, welcome to SKTV. Uncle Pete, the birthday man from all the country, welcome to SKTV. I think Top FM is here. Let's get Top FM here on the platform. Yes, Tipas, what is his name? Tipas, PK Dempster, I know that for sure. PK Dempster, welcome to SKTV. Esther Park Fredericks. She says, stop it, man. Stop watching. You're the SKTV still water there. I can start calling your name. I can start telling the people, say people that are real behind SKTV, but some people are not calling their name. They don't want to support SKTV. To make sure we do the Liberian people work while they work from the back. So Esther, thank you for everything. Welcome to SKTV. Let me say Tavis Bashu, welcome to SKTV. Abraham Colley, welcome to SKTV. Joseph Conto, that the man who will pay for being Mia, for being missing in action. Joseph Conto will pay fine. He don't want to say we should, charge Steve for going to, for betraying the struggle to go to you join the rescue team instead of staying with the neutral people. Yes, Who else here? A lot of people. Emmanuel, bro, welcome to SKTV. Dante Gawe Morgan, welcome to SKTV. And Eric Valentine Pine, well, that's one of our own, Valentine. Eric, welcome. Travis Pashu, Jenji, one way, Zoe Wesley. That one, I want to job out to share the show. Yeah, she always, she does that all the time. Fuma Toure, with the way vote. Fuma Toure and vote. Welcome to SKTV. Lovely Pierre Perry, welcome to SKTV. My brother Edwin Crow, welcome to SKTV. Sama Dog, welcome to SKTV. Diso Alex, Diso, welcome to SKTV. Emmanuel Ma, welcome to SKTV. And A Tape, welcome to SKTV, our own troublemaker, Binta Ability. One of the SKTV family, strong family member, welcome to SKTV. Lucretia Gibson, what happened, man? What's wrong with you, man? Why can't you abandon the struggle? Be in a minute. You got to show face. Lucretia Gibson, welcome to SKTV. Madeline Morgan, Madeline, my yoga, oh, that's my sister who one guy fell in love with her just for her voice. The guy tell me, my man, how you the way she can sound, man, I love her. Please give me her number. I say, man, you can't get my sister unless I marry Benny. If you're not married Benny, you're not getting the number.
Say something to me. Steve?
No, now you maybe one guy called me here. Madeline, voice too sweet. Yeah, he wants to marry her. I said, just from the voice. Then when you see the woman saying that, I don't know what you will do. Yeah, and the guy had it every 2-3 months. The guy will come and remind me, Seku, you meal. You give me yeah. I tell the guy, you gotta be serious, you gotta bring the cola. Yes, indeed.
That's the best way to go.
Ask for right. Oh, man, welcome to SKTV. Okay, the other person here, say Gonganu. Sometimes I used to take it to be serious, but sometimes it can be so funny. I don't even know whether he's serious now or he's still, being funny. But indeed, welcome to SKTV, say Gonganu. Maima Kandakai. Maima Kandakai, welcome to SKTV. Conrad Nyinka, my boy. The real man in there for SKTV. But Steve, the one that being hit off against that guy, Steve don't like my boy Conrad Nyinka. Yeah, Steve a bad boy, man. They met, in fact, Conrad told me they will remove Steve's position so he can take it because Steve not correct. And that's true. I agree with him. Conrad, my man, I'm with you, man. We just got to drop me in the bag so we can deal with Steve. Welcome to SKTV. Life Fufana, welcome to SKTV. Veronica, Michelle, welcome to SKTV. Brokeable Power, the CDC fanatic. Welcome to SKTV. Brother Stewart. And my own brother and friend, Maurice Momolu Ducle Jr. Welcome to SKTV. Gigi James. Everybody, to be honest with you, I'm not going to stop until I call all my people in here. I can see here. Yeah. It's important.
Friday, continue.
Yeah, it's very important.
In fact, we're on our mind.
Yeah. So, Mamere Gonga's son, welcome to SKTV. Okay, and Joseph Conte say he got $20 from Monk to bring the basket. I don't know, Monk to bring the basket. Okay, no problem. Monk will bring the basket. Emmanuel Moses, that's our own, Emmanuel there from all the way Bon County. That's one of our correspondents and one of the main reporter of SKTV. We recognize you. Thank you so much for everything. And again, we have Achi Tape. Welcome to SKTV. Amo Taylor, welcome to SKTV, my own mother. Miata Stella Harin, welcome to SKTV. Segonganu, Eric McGill, Nathan M. Blay, and Victoria is also here. And also our own Johnson Mayborn Kula, just recognizing some of the people there. So Mayborn, let's take this time to recognize our guy, the big man, Brazilian Monk. My man Monk, how are you, sir? What's going on?
Man, I'm doing great. And another beautiful day to be on SKTV. We got a nice weather, beautiful weather in Minnesota today. We should be going to the top 80s. And today is a special day because my son turned 9 today. It's his birthday. And
Oh, wow.
I didn't do too much of a research because I did some sober reflection yesterday about the situation in Liberia. When you have a society, and we'll go in depth on the show because that what actually got my attention. When you have a society that the people who are entrusted in leadership doesn't have any respect and iota of respect for the Liberian people, and the people that are constantly being disrespected are clueless as to what is happening in their own country, at a certain point there is no need. Our lawmaker is about to hold the entire country hostage by recording the national budget because the budget was fingered. It was altered for criminal purposes. When the lawmaker came on the show from Grand Gedeh, who came with a portfolio, who said they were adopting something from Kenya, he came with the assumption that what he was talking about, we had no clue about that until I called him out on it.
I think he came from River G.
River G.
River G Senator.
Yeah.
I think, we're going to be calling him back to
Yeah.
discuss his budgeting.
I told you guys on the show.
I'm going to be calling him back maybe today. I'll call him so we can have a conversation.
I told you guys on the show that additional 46.4 million that is somehow magically discovered is sounding too good to be true. It was gimmick, it was showmanship, and now one of our lawmakers is saying that they're going to call the Minister of Finance, Development and Planning for an investigation. You know what they did, Sekou? When they concur on the budget and pass the budget, because when you pass the budget becomes a law.
Yeah.
In since 2010, under Madam Saliva administration, we have something called the LBO, the Legislative Budget Office. It's almost like a single guy, the CBO here, but in America they call it the Congressional Budget Office. These are professionals, accountants, economists, people that give the government advice on the budget. They make recommendations in the name of transparency. They are non-partisan. They are, they have no political affiliation, so that they don't play politics when it comes to the budget. So somehow, when the budget was passed, the criminals, they went and took the responsibility from the LBO and gave it to a group they call the Public Account Committee. So by some magical means, when they gave that particular authority, and the person that came up with that idea was some James Collet from District Number 2 in Bon County, by means of a motion to take the responsibility from the LBO, an office that was created by an act of law, to give it to them because they want to pay themselves. They want to write their own blank slate, their own paycheck. That's what it was all about. To take the responsibility from the LBO and give it to themselves. So apparently, when they send the budget back to the executive to sign, the executive now got to go and print the budget into a handbill and give each lawmaker a copy. The executive went and never followed the recommendation that they put in there by taking the power from the LBO to give it to themselves on that particular committee. So for that reason, it's all about money. It's all about stealing from the Liberian people. That's why it was intended for, because they wanted control. They wanted to take the responsibility from people who supposed to be independent so that they can control the government coffers. And unfortunately, the finance minister, apparently he never played ball in the executive branch. So now they are going to hold the entire country hostage by recalling the budget. Sekou Liberia is a sad situation, I'm not lying. So last night I sat about coming on this show 3 hours every day, because there is no righteous angle in Liberia. People don't focus on the thing that needs to be focused on. So why is the essence? But we'll discuss in details and we'll take it from there. That was just my take for today. So I didn't even bother to do even further research. It just sucked the energy out of me. What, this country is just a lost cause.
But man, that is enough of our research. That's way enough. We can't even finish discussing that particular subject today because it's big, and we don't know what other people have on their mind. Let's get to Sekou Kroma from Dredu, Grand Gedeh County. My man Sekou, how are you, and what's going on in Grand Gedeh?
Grand Gedeh is beautiful. Grand Gedeh is fine. Last night I hosted the superintendent for the county, Alice Grant. And Grant spoke about so many issues. Yesterday made him 1 month in office since he took over. He was inducted into office officially.
Hmm.
He was excited, and I asked him on his previous statement made about his robust action when comes back from Monrovia to fight drugs. And he remade his commitment right on the radio to the general public that he will be going to Monrovia, I think today or tomorrow. And then when he gets back, he's going to fight drugs. He got to know that there are officers in the Liberian National Police, officers in the AFL, and even the DEA who are trading drugs. Officers from these areas have gone to him, giving him this information. So he got other places that they've already named gaps to him. He knows those areas. And even citizens on the radio called and they said once he's serious about it, they are ready to point out places that they are selling drugs because it's killing the children and the young people nowadays. So yes, if it's not a charade, if it's not a bluff, if he's ready and mean of what it's saying we want to see in action, yeah. So on the other hand, the rural rehabilitation process in the city is ongoing. Things are fine for now in Zueju. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. That's quite revealing. And so, before I even jump to another issue, I just want to, you know, pick on a few things that you just mentioned. When the superintendent vowed to fight drugs in Grand Gedeh, what does that mean? Is he going to embark on his own journey in fighting drugs, or are you going to liaise with the current established agency, the DEA, LDEA, to fight the drugs, or he has other means of fighting drugs in Grand Gedeh?
One of the things he says some of the officers in those entities that I just called,
Okay.
and how he got to know the information. There are officers within the system who went to him to inform him that this has been the thing that have been happening within the various agency or unit or security sector in Grand Gedeh. But they cannot talk because they did not have anybody coming up to commit themselves from the executive in pushing the agenda. So they who knew that was happening there or what was happening there, they kept silent, but they knew it was hurting a lot of young people, their own brothers and sisters. So the fact that he came up as a policymaker to make that kind of, statement, they are already revealing to him some of the people who are informed about this, some officers who even live in a house with people that are selling drugs that they know personally, but they do not come up. Now he's also talking about setting up, because Zueju alone have 56 community now. So when he comes back, he's going to set up a community watch team. And those people will be the one moving at night, just in case they hear anything, see anything, they will liaise with the joint security to go through this fight. In Konobo and Putu Administrative District, the traditional leaders that are there, they have their traditional devil or whatever they do there. They have taken a very strong decision. Anybody or any house they smell or know that or even get information that you are involved into that, they will put tradition osa for you. They call it country devil. So in Putu and Konobo, the people who were involved, they are now coming to Zueju City So when the superintendent make this statement, a lot of the citizens, they are happy. And their concern they are now raising, it shouldn't be a bluff. Because when people taking over, they make these kinds of statements for people to follow their agenda. So, yeah, he's going to work with the community people and the security sector as well. That's what he said.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So that's good. That's the good news. The only thing, the information you just provided leaves more questions than answer, because to have security personnel involved in drug dealing and they know people who are in it, if you look at it, you can start to wonder as to how they understand their own functions vis-a-vis being police officers. Mind you, they have commanders in the district or county they are, and that county or that district, they have county commander, they have regional commanders in those areas. And within the police department, we have the CID, the Criminal Intelligence Department or Division within the Liberal National Police. So for any police officer or a member of any security apparatus or security agencies within the government, knowing actors, people who are selling drugs or affiliating with drug dealers, can only wait to hear from a superintendent that I will fight drugs, and then they decide to come out. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what will happen, because I believe there's no particular time to fight bad people. There's no particular person to fight bad people. If they are in the system must fight them at all time to eradicate the bad apples from among them within the system. But again, that's Liberia for you. And hopefully the superintendent vowed will not just be a bluff or a showmanship just to, blow his own trumpet of being somehow strong or law-abiding. Mind you, he was nominated amidst a whole host of challenges, allegations, but with all that, the president decided to nominate him. So hopefully he will perform well in the interest of the people of Grand Gedeh County and Liberia at large. Well, since today is what's on your mind, I'm going to go with Monk first. Monk, what do you think is important today that you want to discuss?
Well, the information circle, taking the magnitude of the whole thing of a drug. I tell people all the time, drugs is not political, it's beyond politics. It's a national security issue, and it threatens an entire generation. Look, Segu, the reason people focus on generation in politics or generation is 20 years after. The people who supposed to be replacing you and myself in Liberia into the foreseeable future, if their life is being played with, if their life is being threatened, if their future is being threatened, it means that 20 years from now, Liberia will be worse off than what she is today. That's just what it means. That is why every time a law is passed here, or lawmaker will say for our children's children, for future generation, because they always want the generation after to be better than the generation before. But in Africa, it's the opposite. You're looking at children, younger people in their 20s and in their late teens to early 20s to their early 30s. If they have been threatened by drugs, it means 30 years from now or 20 years from now, Liberia will be worse off than what she is today, because those are the people that will take over from you and myself moving into the future. And what Sekou said is the right thing. I mean, you know, in our constitution or our system of governance, the superintendent is technically the president for the county. He's the chief executive, and he falls under the same executive branch. So he could list with other DEA agents, like you said, the whole security apparatus when it comes to law enforcement. He can come up with some plan. That's why you are the superintendent. There are certain times you got executive order. I guess our law provided that too, because the superintendent is almost like the governor in the United States. Every state, the governor is almost like the president for that state. There are certain emergency situations. You can come up with your own plans. You can merge with the drug enforcement agency, whether it's the CRD, the police, and other paramilitary group, to put in place measures to mitigate the issue of drugs. Because, like, I don't know, the whole drugs thing, brother, is risky. It's threatening the country future. It's a national security threat. So I think it's bigger than even the economy of Liberia at this stage. Because you're talking about the future of a nation right here. It's bigger than anything. So I will applaud him, but I would like to see more action as well, like you said, because sometimes this thing can just be about bluff. Maybe because of the AB Chroma and the Fadiga issues in the news. Maybe it's all about getting attention. We want to see the real work being done. But that's a great step. At least he's showing some signal, even though he's yet to take some action. But I will applaud him on that for sure.
All right.
Actually, he made that statement even before this whole fight could have taken place between AB Kuma and Fadiga.
Then giving a plus again for him. If he did it before, then it means that it's non-political from now. At least until he can take action.
Yeah, at least he's sounding more serious about drugs more than Joseph Barker himself. Because Joseph Barker sleeping, they put them passing the drug to each other. Now they want to kill each other for drugs, and we are hearing that drug people that's going to be fighting drugs are the one selling drugs or in bed with drug dealers. Anyway, for your information, one of the guys in person of Fadiga, he was not happy about some of the reporting yesterday when we mentioned about his alleged involvement with a guy called Gaylor, and wherein he was accused of he and some of his guys taking some bribes. He was not happy about that conversation, and somebody actually said something, and then he went under the post and attacked me personally, and even make some flimsy allegation against me, and I'm okay with that. When people are in these kinds of situations, they tend to behave like a wounded lion. Like anything got in their way, they will just, get at you. Right now, especially when the job is on the line. So hopefully he'll be okay. I kind of a little bit, spoke to him softly and pray for him to, for he to be okay, because I don't fight somebody who is already dying. Yeah, I don't literally mean that he's going to die. I'm telling you, the man is also already at the verge of losing his job because of his own self-inflicted wounds. He started on a very good note by trying to fight some of the ills in the society by pointing out some flaws and documenting some of it, and decided to actually report it to the relevant authority. But yet, his temperament could not really help him. He went overboard, and he was caught recording himself insulting his superior officer, and also thereby violating his own ethics when it comes to the paramilitary agencies or organization. So when he, is caught in the middle of how rank and how selfish he will become belligerent. He will become combative. He will fight anybody or anything that will come his way. So I clearly understood that. So I did not fall back. I took his attack on me in good faith as somebody who needed help. So I offer some prayer for him, and hopefully he will be willing to come to SKTV. And we also open our line, our doors to him, regardless of his anger, regardless of his problem. We are open. That the doors are open. He can come to SKTV to make some clarification, if need be, to come and set the record straight. If he thinks information provided here are not the facts, so he can come here. If any of his people here listening, if he himself listening, Fadiga, I want to take this time to again officially invite you, like we did on the phone, to come to SKTV to come and inform the Liberian people as to what really transpired within the LDA that led to the commotion between you and the director and other members of the unit. So yes, indeed, just to give you that little bit of information, Fadiga is angry. He came under our post. He attacked us. He wanted to, go personal with me, even, say some lies about me, everything. But it's okay. I'm fine with it. I know he's angry. I know he's going through some soul searching right now, and I hope he will find, something to do for himself. However, hold on one second. Let me take this call for a second. Sekou, I'll take over for a minute.
Okay, thank you very much. So as we await him to get off the phone, Monk?
I'm here.
Yeah. While we are waiting for him to come from where he is, he answering phone right now. Besides what you saw in the papers, what do you think we stretch on today?
Well, the issue about that lawmaker trying to put a hole in the entire budget, it really caught my attention. And those guys, they voted unanimously on the 6th to put a budget on the whole. And the entire operation of the government rests squarely on the budget. So if you are going to put the budget or recall the national budget, when the guy came on the show, the other guy that came from River G, I asked him, I said, my brother, I ain't no fool, If you, because the executive submitted a budget of 692 million, right? And they said after consultation with the House and Joint Committee on the budget, they were able to come up with 738. That was an additional 46.4 million. The question I asked that brother on the
So we're having some issue. I don't know what's wrong with Mom's line.
No, you mute yourself.
Oh, yeah, I think I mistakenly hit my computer screen, so that was
all right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys were hearing me where I was or how far I was in my discussion.
Yeah, just go ahead. Just go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that story actually caught my attention because the whole nation is about to be held hostage by a few greedy guys, and we know the reason they're going to hold the whole budget because the entire country cannot function without a budget. That's why when they pass the budget, it becomes a law because every state agency, whether it's a ministry, everybody depends on that budget. And almost 92% of the budget goes squarely towards payroll. So whether you are a teacher or you are a nurse, everybody will become affected. So if you going to hold a national budget because certain responsibility was taken from you, and the responsibility that was taken from you, it was done for the right reason, for accountability, because it was from the LBO, the Legislative Budget Office, a non-partisan group that's supposed to be able to make economic recommendations about the budget.
And it is that legislative policy, that legislative budget office that the deputy speaker was having oversight, right?
Yes, it's in the legislative branch, but it was
no reason.
Yeah, go ahead.
I see no reason more. I see no reason absolutely, because the budgets were never tampered with. That's one of the things. So when the first of all said there was there was the author some part of it. I thought they played with the budget. I thought they subtracted something that they all agree on. But because they're taking some sort of responsibility for it, then you call back the budget. You want a complete shutdown. You want a complete shutdown of the government, because if the government will not pay people, we also will not be here. We will not even know that you are doing this. All the blames now will start going to President Bouaka. We told you it's not this, it's not that. But we forget to know that you are the first branch of government are trying to create problem only because they took some kind of little responsibility, because they still want to operate that particular 100,000 and 150,000 the way they used to do. So this time around, they have this particular system set up that when they finish doing their whole documentation, we went to the county like the way Eva Jones did. He went to his own district, got the information he wanted from the people, then send it to Thomas Fala, and Thomas Fala is going to look at it and proof it, send it to Liz, and operation start. That's how they think that it's going to be. So they're setting a trap for JMB too. So if JMB is not careful from the finance area, definitely he will fall down in the hole. And when he fall down in the hole, they know how to talk about it, because when you talk about it, they will know that yes, there are some sort of incompetency somewhere. And probably maybe the finance area don't want that. So finance people will be some kind of way to allow them to go back and say that the budget here will break it, nothing with it. Then they go back again and spend another 62 days or 2 weeks or 3 weeks to start looking at budget. They need to be careful with the Liberian people thing. If this thing doesn't work this time around, let them come up openly and tell the people what will be the repercussion, what will be the effect if that particular LBO is not in charge of monitoring and evaluation processes for this particular budget that they pass. Because that identical budget is merely, it is that particular entity is merely for the representatives themselves to see how their money is being used or who's using it. Is it they themselves using their money or how it's going to be done? So what wrong with it? What wrong with it giving it to PAC?
Wow.
What wrong with that?
So
no, why you getting it wrong, right? When they came out with the whole budget thing, with between the PAC, the Public Account or Committee, and the LBO, they made specific recommendation before they could send it back to the executive, right? That's where the problem is coming from. And you know that if at all the function and responsibility of the LBO, they said they should turn it automatically over to the PAC. That was where the problem came from. So when the budget was printed in this handbill form, they noted that all the recommendations that they made are supposed to come back to them. They trying to accuse the executive of being a criminal here by taking it. And you know it's all about money. That's why I had the lawmaker on the show, the guy from River G. I was like, my brother, you are saying one of two things on the show. You know the question in answer circle when you were here, when you came on the show, I said, I know in Liberia, the Ministry of Finance, Development and Planning and the Liberian Revenue Authority, those are the people that go out there to generate the money. You lawmaker is not your job to generate the money. You are only making projection. You are only passing this law. But at the end of the day, the people who will go out there to bring in the real cash to keep the government functioning, those two agencies or the two bureaus, right? How in the world that the executive couldn't come up with 46 million, but you guys were able to discover an additional 46.4 million? And why the answer he gave on the show, that they were the one that empowered the executive branch to go and collect that money.
They were the one that they were the one responsible.
Yes.
For allotment.
Yes.
And they were the ones who checked, and they found out that money being stayed in there.
Yes.
And they are the one empowering them to go.
Yeah. That was a direct response. And
I remember exactly what he said.
Yeah. And then he didn't stop there. So when he said that, they were the one that gave them the power to go and collect that money. So I said, you want to tell me that for the past years and decades, that 46.4 million been sitting on the table, and you want to tell me that the executive just been ignoring it because you guys never getting the power to? You can remember Sekou, that is very question I'm asking. And this is the problem. Because that 46 million I told you guys on the show, that was the justification for putting another $11 million in the budget for themselves, because they wanted that particular responsibility coming over to them. And now, if you go back to the LBO, it will limit their operation in the house. That is why they say, you know what? if you want to take this particular power from or the particular extra money that we're supposed to be taking from in this budget, we will just call the whole budget. The mayor is telling you, and they call a guy, he's a representative from district number 5 in Margibi. They call him Clarence Gar, G-A-H-R. He is the one, because he has that committee on the public account committee. That is why he about to put the entire nation on a hostage, because the extra incentive that they're supposed to receive within the budget is being turned over, or it being ignored, it being or auto. That is the problem right there, Sekou. But bro, man, it's not easy. I don't know how to say it.
I'm not sure it's going to work, because
No.
once they approve the budget, they think that law already. So you want call for it and I want to leeway. The people already doing their work.
No, but what he's saying, because when you pass the budget, it becomes a law. And ignoring provision in the law means the whole budget is not in the vote. That's why they're trying to say that the whole budget is illegal, because the executive and the people on the other side from the Ministry of Development, the Ministry of Finance, Development and Planning, they are the one that failed to adhere to those guidelines and recommendations that were made by plenary. So technically, since they pass the budget into law and the executive is trying to overshadow that, then it means the entire budget is illegal. So it means you don't have a budget technically at this point in time. You violated your own budget law. So there's no budget for Liberia, and they will recall the budget. They want that power back, and they want the recommendation, because the recommendation, it comes with extra incentive for them, and that's just what it's all about.
I see.
So my question to you now, Mong and Sekou, and perhaps if Mebon can also chip in, talking about recalling the budget.
And Mebon salary all in that budget, I know how Mebon will get paid.
Okay. And Sekou too, who is supposedly the rescue defender too, maybe you want to start with That's what I said supposedly. I'm not saying you for sure. I said supposedly. That's how some people think that you are the rescue defender.
I don't know anybody inside there, a big deal.
So my question to the both of you is that should there be any recall of the budget? Is that something that had to do with the action from the Supreme Court? Because they say they own the money small. So they record the budget now. So what they're going to maybe redo it in a way that they will incorporate, some increment from.
So let them just stand strong to receive another letter from the executive marshal or the executive branch of government requesting for another something of the budget before the country shut down. So you don't know what will be the whether that 1/2 or 1/9 or 1/10.
Yeah, or 1/10.
You don't know. So
yeah.
there will be another release of 50 million or 60 million, and they are doing it at their own risks because the year's already going. This is just the 2024 national budget. You've gone how many months now? You're still recalling budget.
We're in the 6 months of the year.
Yeah.
This is June right here.
You're still recalling budget. January, February, there was no budget actively to work with. They have to request for one fifth or 1/4 of the budget to be used. Now they approve the budget because you see that some level of responsibility is leaving you. Then you're now calling for the budget to look at again.
So when they recall the budget now, the $22 million Joseph Banga didn't spend on the road, they apologize for. They're going to put that one back.
Like emergency spending.
Because you recall the budget, you got to redo everything. So they're going to
emergency spending get receipt because you need to take care of certain things.
Oh, so 22 million here no receipt?
No.
Emergency spending, my brother.
Emergency spending.
But I want to join the government so I can be doing the emergency spending for that. No receipt.
Yeah, they need to cover who and things.
No accountability, nothing for the Liberian people.
Yeah. Sekou, when I told you the last time, why you think the chief just? Oh, go ahead. You're saying something. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yesterday, speaking of accountability and receipt, you guys are talking about, I'm told that senior member of government the likes of Geelong and other hierarchies of government that travel with the president, the minimum they were getting per day is $1,000. $1,000 a day for their daily expenses. That means the day they left for South Korea till the day they return, Geelong and other people would, at the high profile level were receiving $1,000 every day. That does not include the money for the plane fare. That does not include his regular monthly pay. When we wrote on our personal page last time that DeLong, even though he said he frowns on the president's inability to have declared his assets publicly, DeLong he said he has problem with that, but he has no problem traveling with the president on another spending spree simply because what is in it for him. When I said that, I went on an attack with the rescue children and their enablers. But you know me, I don't care. Anything they say about me, they say to me, I treat it as nothing because it's expected. Especially when you hit, the sensitive area of anybody, they will react. Anybody speaks truth about the government, they will react negatively towards you. So imagine no accountability in the country, $22 million is wasted, and we are not seeing any outcome. There's no visible outcome. There's nothing that we can see to say, yes, indeed, this is how we spend the money, even though we don't get a receipt for everything, but this is how we spend the money. People from a logical standpoint, they can say, well, even though we don't see receipt, but at least the work that they're doing right now, maybe a worth 10 million, maybe a worth 15 million. Maybe the other 5 million, we don't know what happened with it, but at least. But the reason you say you spend the money, the 22 million United States dollar, the reason you say you spend it, you say you only achieve 10%. So how much is 10% of 22 million? Sekou and Melbourne and how much is 10% of 22 million? Maybe like 220,000, right?
Melbourne, I'm listening to you.
Is 22 million? Maybe like 220,000. 10%. I don't get it. I didn't even take calculator. I just do that math in my head, off head.
Yes. So either it may likely be around that amount, or maybe half.
So imagine. So let's agree now. They spend $22 million, and when $22 million investment, and you get 10%. That means $22 million. If you take out the 10%, you're still going to have about 21 million and 780,000. So what happened with the 21 million, 21.7 million, just to cut it short? At the same time, you're spending 2 million to come to the United States with no return on the investment. Taking a bunch of guys again to South Korea, only to come see other countries are talking about multi-billion-dollar agreement contract between they and the country, South Korea. I saw our Liberian government people boasting that they gave them fishery contract. That they're going to come to put the funny people in the West Point to put them out of business. Or they will come do the fishing for you. The fishing business you go to South Korea for? Fishery. When other countries are living there with multi-billion-dollar investment. In fact, areas were mentioned by South Korea for the South Korean African Summit. You talk about technology. You talk about other important things. But Joseph Boakai government say they get a fishing contract. Fishing contract. You see that what they get. Mong, are you there? Okay, maybe Mong is busy. If Labro went over there, to waste our money and talking about, and that even that fishing thing they're talking about, because this government and this president, they are not used to telling the truth. Everything that comes out of their mouth is questionable. Even if they tell you, say the man, you gotta go make sure we send them to doctor to go check. Because they can lie about everything. Simple thing, they can lie about it. So in order to save face, they can say anything. People that can even go and Photoshop Joseph Boakai, put different person, take Joseph Boakai here and put it on different human being to say that Joseph Boakai there. Yeah, the people having good time in World Alley. Those people like that, they can lie about everything, even lie about the man's health, lie about everything they have done throughout, whether campaigning or leading. If they come out to say, Joseph Boakai government say they gave them fishing job or fishing contract, the funny people there will be worried right now. People there living in Sastown, people there living in, in Nukutan there, people that have been catching fish all the time. They come and give your fishing contract to the some Korean people. They will tell you that they can't invest. But you know what will happen? When the people come in the country, just like they deal with everybody else, they will take money from them. They will care less about what happened, what becomes the plight of the common people. They will get their share. They will get whatever money they want. And then the people will do whatever they got to do. And they will benefit. Liberians and Liberia will come up with nothing. Handful of people will benefit, will pocket the money, because their mission is to come, get whatever they can get within the 6 years, get enough, follow their pocket, and care less about what becomes the future of the country. Imagine this government, whether budget approve or disapprove, they already been squandering money. They've been misplacing money. They've been using money uncontrollably with no accountability. I think at this point, Liberians should really pay attention to Joseph Boakai government and take action. You heard me right. And take action. If you imagine Wologisi Mountain compromise or scandal being discussed. Yellow machine being discussed. Now we're going to be talking about fishing business again. The $22 million they stole with no head, no tail, no report. $19.5 million that they eat, they ate it, nobody know exactly where that money go. $41 million, they say that $19 million they get. Then the bank said, no. That $41 million over here when you came. They say, okay, since you told that one, we'll come in audit your the bank now. People say, okay, if you audit all, we'll put your bar outside. They say, okay, I can start the audit. God, how did you get here? How did you get here? Joseph Boaga government say, Joey did not give me money. They give me 20 million. Joey they say, no, that 21 million will give you. Central Bank say, no, that 21 million they give you. I mean, that 41 million they give you. Joseph Boaga is okay. Say you go plenty, you want to run your mouth, I come in order you. People say, okay, if you order us, the document will send you, will send to Joey, they will publish it, will give to everybody will see it. And Joseph Boaga say, okay, I'm not going to order you again. No more audit of the central bank. No more audit of the NSA. Where are we headed?
I really don't know. That's why I keep asking the show at a certain point in time, when do you call the thing quit? If it's worth the term. Because like I said, you're only dealing with two groups of people. The people that are entrusted with power and the people who they are abusing. If the one who have been abused could care less about what's happening in the country, it means you are giving the one who are abusing you more license to abuse you more. And yeah, it's a funny thing. When I read that article today, I got it from the Liberian Observer. When I read that article, I laughed a lot. I was like, this country cannot be serious.
About the fishing?
No, about the whole budget thing, right? And that is something that the executive will love, because they assume whether you record the budget or not, the executive will always tell you, say, you know what, we need more money because we can shut the country down. We need to be operating. So you will keep giving them more money with a clean slate, because they're not emergency spending. On emergency spending is a whole different scenario. That means they are not spending within the framework or the budget. Now they're using their own discretion to spend your money any way they choose to, because it's on an emergency spending. So if you get a single lawmaker and his goons who just want to rip the Liberian people that believe that, you know what?
Hold on. That word you just use. That word you just use. Because people say now, you want to be diplomatic, you want to be using some kind of word that you go use goon on my people there. I will tell you what President Moss call you. President Moss call you a criminal.
They are. That's broad robbery.
You go in there, the Joseph Boaga is goons. Goons mean criminals.
Yeah. They are liars.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, they are foolish. They are eccentric people. They are crazy. And the people, like I said, the people who they are robbing every day, they don't pay attention to these things. That's why I tell people, if you come to SKTV with a listening ear, you will get more info. I want to get to the stage where we don't have to announce about money. By the time we get on the show, in fact, we should already know what we got. Yeah. Because then it means that our effort is being appreciated. It means that the information we give you, people are acting on it, and they want to know what's happening in our government. Because you look at all the shows and all the talk shows in Liberia, the most critical things, they don't cover it. It's almost like they pick and choose information that they will give them, whether there are more views, and they kind of a sensational story. But the most critical thing that affects our people, no, I don't see them covering it. Like, and even the information that Segu just gave, and the whole thing I was about, these are the important information of the day. Why nobody talking about it? You're talking about the entire national budget. The whole country will be held hostage just because few guys believe that the responsibility that we're taking. And just imagine, he's saying that they are setting bad precedent for future, when in fact they are the one. Look, I don't know. The man who's calling for the hostage of the budget, he's the one setting bad precedent, because this LBO was created by an act of law. But he's telling us, say you want to take our money from us. That's why I told you, I said, the reason the Chief Justice came out to say they won their fair share, and why the judiciary rejected 2% of the budget, because they know that our lawmakers are the biggest criminals in our country. It's like they create the budget, They initiate the budget and they put their incentive after incentive for themselves. So she was like, you have three co-equal branches of government. If you are going to take the lion's share of this budget, then more definitely you are undermining the rule of law because you are leaving out with nothing. But in that case, she was not talking about the rule of law. She was saying that we want our fair share because we know you guys are criminals. You guys are the one ripping the Liberian people off, and we are not getting our fair share. That's exactly what she meant. When you hear they say, oh, the judiciary rejected 2% of the budget because they think that it undermines the rule of law. I said, no, you're not talking about the rule of law. You want your fair share because you know our lawmaker. You know, when the other guy came on the show the last time, I said, Sekou, the way our guys operate, people don't pay attention in it when it comes to the budget. Our lawmakers know that 95% of the time we have a budget shortfall, right? But you must prioritize the budget. So when they are crafting the budget, when they are putting the budget into law, they tackle area where they will get the kickback first because they know there will be a recast budget. There will be a shortfall when the executive go collect the money, the revenue. So when the executive go and come up with the idea that, oh, we fell short on the budget, they will have to make cut in certain areas to make that adjustment. But guess what? Our lawmakers want their own fresh. So that by the time the executive can come and say, oh, we got a budget shortfall, but then they already feel taking pay. And those are areas where they target. Now that area was taken from them, that's what getting them paid. Now they say, you know what? We got to hold the whole budget because you are taking our share now and giving it back to the LBO. Look, Sekou, I don't know how to say. Maybe you guys can explain it better than me.
So let me say this. When I was talking about it, some people, thought I was just making fun of Liberia or a Liberian government. If you look at what happened in South Korea, major takeaway from South Korea African Summit for African countries in terms of economic cooperation, they say South Korea signed nearly 50 deals and agreement with 23 African countries to cooperate in areas like mining, energy, and manufacturing. Did you hear fishing? No. The 23 countries, Liberia part of that. In area of trade and investment, South Korea seeks to tap into African export market and mineral resources with plan to increase trade and investment. Did you hear fishing? No. Development aid. South Korea pledged to increase development aid for Africa to 10 billion over the next 6 years. That one got nothing to do with fishing. Export financing. South Korea offered 14 billion in export financing to promote trade and investment for South Korean companies in Africa. Critical mineral. South Korea signed agreement to secure supplies of critical mineral from Madagascar, Tanzania for its industry, such as battery. The one we're talking about the other day, the lithium. You're listening? Infrastructure development. The signed contract to supply electric, transformer to Mozambique, worth $30 million. Answer, brother. In any of the major takeaways from South Korean African Summit. These information are now written by SK. They are not written by Monk. They are not written by Maybon or Sekou Nkrumah. In fact, the summit, the information from that summit are open information. Anybody can access it. Go and check. When they go, they waste our money because the intent is not to get anything for Liberia. They go over there using those traveling as means of enriching themselves, pocketing some money. Every day they don't spend over there going, to that place to go. They get $1,000 every day at minimum. So after every the whole trade, they don't just maybe you put $8,000 to $10,000 in your pocket just for staying in the plane, enjoying himself and go and come back. While other Liberians going to bed with no food in their stomach. When they come, they will tell you, we went there for you. We went there for you. We went there for Liberia. This is what we get. Because they had nothing to provide to the Liberian people, they say they sound some kind of contract with fishing, for fishing business. Other countries talking about good things. Other people talking about mineral. They're talking about serious trade agreement. They're talking about investing $10 billion. Not million, billion. Talking about investing $14 million in other countries. They are talking about making sure that they've developed other countries based on the resources they have. Liberia is rich with natural resources, but we have no government. We haven't had the leadership that is actually there for Liberia. For the most part, everybody leading Liberia have been there for themselves, including Joseph Boakai, the Darrow Dino, and all the other people there that in the so-called rescue train that have now turned to be risky train. They can govern themselves well. They can't even appoint the right people. They all, overdoing their job or underperforming. They're stealing money from the country and coming in their light to tell you, say, we're sorry, and the other people say, we forgive you. Do you know what $22 million can do for Liberia? People who are defending the rescue train, you people are evil. You hate the country. You don't love Liberia. Even if you support somebody, to elect them, you should be able, you have the spine to hold them accountable so that you can be made shame in front of other people who did not support them. It is called integrity. It is called honesty. But you will go and defend the wrong thing simply because you supported them to bring them to power. No, you don't do that. Anywhere in the world, 22 million, even in America here, is a big deal. It can do a lot for any country. You know how many schools that will build? $22 million. Do you know how many hospitals that can help to furnish and clinics around the country? You have a country wherein hospital and referral hospital, clinics, they got no drugs, they got no medication. How many hospital and clinic have ambulances in them? In some part of the, some part of Liberia, pregnant women, when they are in labor, they got to put in hammer to take them to the clinic or hospital. Sometimes they got to put some of them on a motorbike. Somebody sit down behind them. No ambulance. Do you know how many ambulances? $22 million can buy more than 10 or 20 ambulances for the entire country. Every country can get more than 10 ambulances. Somebody, when they squander that, they stole it, misuse it, and come to tell you, say, we're sorry. We just wanted to make sure we do the thing then because Joseph Baka promised 100 days, you want to do S, Y, and Z. And you say, that's okay. You then, lawmakers saying we forgive you. Can you imagine? Assuming that they don't do nothing else with the 22 million, if they were going to invest that, even 10 million to buy ambulances. They could provide more than 10 ambulances in every part of Liberia. Anywhere somebody got sick, the government ambulance can take you to hospital, at least. And another $10 million that could have provided at least made more than 10 vehicles for every major police station in the country. In Liberia, you call the police, they say no gas, no car. But handful of people will go and use those money for themselves, and you foolishly defending that, say it's okay, you will talk tired. No, we will not talk when I got tired. As long as you continue to steal from the Liberian people, as long as you continue to corrupt the Liberian people money, we will speak against you, we will expose you, we will tell the Liberian people that you are a bunch of criminals, you are a bunch of rogues. Even if they continue to elect you, we will continue to expose you until the Liberian people can get back to their senses and do what is right. It is shameful. You guys can come in and say one or two things then. By the way, today
is Friday. I will check the Bible study before you can conclude.
Yeah.
Our cash app should be on the screen, and people know today is Friday. They know their responsibility when it comes to SKTV Day. Is a traditional thing here. So even though they didn't get to what we wanted to get, because we don't want to announce about money Benedict on Friday. Like when you started the show, you said there was a guy that already sent his contribution before the show could even get to that. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, there's a guy that sent us 25 on Zelle.
Yeah. All right, so let me come in, Sekou and the rest of the team. You see, I like the place you just read when it comes to the two country names that you call, Madagascar and Mozambique. But in that particular area that you read, the government or the South Korea signed, the government of South Korea signed 50 agreements. 3 of the agreements, that's what you called 30 million mineral agreement to Mozambique, Tanzania, in Madagascar, with Madagascar and Tanzania, but Liberia's name was not there. There is another 47 with 23 African countries that were made during the summit. Those 23 African countries' names were not being mentioned here as well. Now, don't forget, the president of that country, he pledged on Tuesday that South Korea will increase development aid for Africa to 10 billion over the next 6 years, and said will offer 14 billion in export financing to promote trade and investment for South Korea and companies in Africa.
I just read all of those.
Yeah, I understand you read that. Now, this is the thing. The 23 countries named that were not mentioned, we haven't heard from the rescue team or the government of Liberia that went over there to come and report to us.
They have reported.
No, I come in.
No, I'm just informing you they have reported. What I'm telling you, all of the things that you are discussing, that you are talking about right now, those are not my point of contention.
So my own point here is this trip to South Korea will yield fruit. That's my point.
Well,
because Liberia will benefit.
You say well. But we're not saying Liberia will not benefit. We are talking about the magnitude of benefit that we are talking about here. I'm telling you. Listen, the 5 points that I read, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 points that I read, I'm not saying Joseph Boakai will not get anything, but I'm telling you, all the things mentioned here in terms of development, in terms of investment, in terms of trade, nothing. There's nowhere in this document I mentioned fishing. That's the point I was making. Whoever they talk to, whether that's small company, whether they're just sideline deal that they decide to give it to Liberia, but we're talking about major deals that were reached. Everything mentioned here, whether it's about economic cooperation, trade and investment, development aid, expo financing, critical minerals, infrastructure development. Under all those categories, there's nothing there that talks about fishing. What I was telling you, major takeaway from this particular summit, I've not seen anywhere Liberia failed. If there's anything that actually have Liberia on, let the rescue team, let the rescue mission, let the rescue Pape and rescue senator come to the Liberian people and tell us. The reason why I believe they have none, they already posted what they have. And what they have is the fishing.
Sekou, please pause our cash app before I can respond to my brother Shehu. I love my brother Sekou. The man got hope. He's very optimistic. Yeah. But there is something they call wishful thinking and blind optimism. In the world of international affairs and international relations, these meetings don't happen out of thin air. I keep saying it on the show. These people will reach out. There were 48 nations from Africa that attended that summit. Some of them sent representatives, some of them their leaders attended. All the 48, the president of South Korea, he was to meet with only 25 of the delegation out of 48. And out of that 25, the most important thing, he met them back to back, which means it tells you the importance of their deal. So even though it's a 50 agreement, it still doesn't mean that Liberia included or will be included. Let me tell you, the 10 nations that he decided to host back-to-back meeting. When you go to an international summit and the president meets you, the host nation, then he meets you again, it tells you that you are top of the list, you are priority. It means you've been working things in the background, but you could even get there because it means you are important. Those countries are Lesotho, the Ivory Coast, Mauritius, Zimbabwe, Togo, Rwanda, Mozambique, Sao Tome and Principe, Guinea-Bissau, and Cape Verde. Those are the leaders that met with the South Korean president back to back. So just because they say, there are 50 concessions, some of the leaders will send 2 or 3, all depend how important or where the South Korean deal. And the reason I don't have to specify too much on the dwell on the South Korean deal, I told people, I said South Korea donating for economic and political reasons. South Korea is in search for certain mineral in the world that they feel that's important to their economy because they are into high tech and semiconductors and batteries. And the top 4 minerals that they are in search for, they are copper, they are manganese, they are chrome and lithium. And the last time I checked, Liberia, even if Liberia got a minute quantity, Liberia is not in the business of mining for those precious minerals. There are few countries in Africa that possess those minerals. So either way you tell me, we still don't have anything there. It's not that because we don't want to have anything there, but what South Koreans are looking for as things that we don't have. So it does not make us a strategic partner in that particular summit. The people who they wanted, that's why they met them back to back. And I guess I listed the 10 countries that they want to meet on a back-to-back basis. And that's exactly what happened. So you can hope all you want, but at the end of the day, hope is not a strategy, my brother. It's just the reality.
Yeah, so Sekou, go ahead and open the lines in Liberia. So let's start taking call. Let the people.
What's the call on 0881 1435 04 0776 105 105 0776 105 105 0881 1435 04. Let's hear you if you are there. Let's discuss issues that'll bring development to our country. Hello. Okay, another pricing. Good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
Fine, name, where you calling from?
I'm calling from Texas.
Welcome, let's hear you.
Yeah, and for me, we actually have to.
No, we can't continue with you, Chief. You have to call back. 0881 1435 04 0776 105 105. Hello. Your name, where you calling from?
My name is Shadrach T. Davis, and I call from Grand Gedeh.
Shadrach, welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much for your topic on discussion.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you one thing. When you don't have contact, nobody recognizes you. How can our president this for a year and go there without meeting with it? Legal president with. So immediately there's no contact. So where are we heading? Where are we heading? Your friend president go to your friend president, you have a meeting, one-on-one to talk, issue concern your country. I don't know what we are living. We're going to help us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This pressing. Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. My name is Alexander Jane. I do drive on the school around the Japan freeway.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, I mean, big thanks to Uncle Segu and all the panelists. That is, who told people that the United Party is a 4-9 and United Party that come to get food the people and corrupt the people and steal from the people. Just imagine people that they don't leave Liberia and go whatever. What they don't go to whatever. Who they say they go meet whatever. Go for our taxpayer money and come out and like to. Then so we are trying to say, oh, we are trying to get 19 them parents doing. We know business as usual. They're doing more marketing than ever before. So we keep asking for another 6 years. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. It's pricey. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon to the platform.
Good evening. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening to the platform.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just disappointed into Liberia situation when it comes to our political leaders. Because I will not look at myself going to somebody or we are invited go there and I'm not seen as an important. Then I come down to my people and say a whole lot of things for which is not in the interest and I will never prove to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I see this as a misleading information by the government. If I might read the status of the United Party, more especially when Malan Sadiki to power, who had a whole lot of donors, who have meal here where people are working, doing a whole lot of things, and people saw the United Party to be a better government or a better party. Today, we put them back to power. And this is a time where all of the people have gone. You got NGO left this country before the CDC government or in the CDC government. We saw the last CDC government and we see the United Party again come back to power. Yet then everything is not working out. For me, I see my time as a time where the United Party saw a whole lot of money, more especially our current president told us that in squander. They squander a whole lot of opportunity for us. But I'm just sorry for people who voted the United Party back to power. Because as an Englishman, if you really study that, my brother, it will be difficult to really look at a person to be a correct one to you and into your life. Thanks.
Thank you.
It's just me. Yeah, it's just me.
Take another person. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Name, where you calling from?
You're too low.
Your line is very, very bad. You have to call back. Put your calls on 0881 1435 04. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm okay. Your name, where you call from?
Yeah, this is Eddie P from Chicken Soup Factory, member of the Response Defense Team.
Eddie, welcome.
Let me say what's up to SK and Steve, the rest of the crew, especially the neighbor in Liberia. No, let me tell you something. If somebody not get a contact, what do you expect? Should somebody get a contact? Where they make a contact in their life before you're making president for this country? They better get one contact. You're all your friends receiving small thing. At the end of the day, you come back with nothing, will start paying your money. But if I get my own way, I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to see him again. I will boo this president because he deserves to be booed. Because your friend is doing something good for the country. And you party the riot doing nothing with the taxpayer money. Seriously, I tell you, my brother, I'm just here this president. I don't want to see him to be honest with you. Because what are you doing for the Liberian people? You go with that people that are the you should follow. Look at what's going on in our country. My brother, nothing much to say.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Keep the calls coming to 081143504. This pricing. Hello.
Yes.
Your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Richard. I'm calling you from District 17.
Let's hear you.
For me, I'm a musician, but I'm defending this government because Liberia is a scary country.
Mm-hmm.
If the public go down, if the president go down and you say, okay, I guess so, they'll give that by the time enter the country, they say public carry to go sell something for Liberia to get rich. So if the public get the public anything to come back, let it come back. The small one that here with Malaysia, let it come back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I like that. Now my boy they're calling. About body. Hello.
How are you, sir?
Name, where you calling from?
Okay, this is a political defense giant of Georgia. My name is Abenigo Nida, calling from Congo Town, Sophie.
Let's hear you, Abenigo.
Thank you for your show, SPTV. I always follow the show, and this show I always follow it. Sometimes it's a bit hard to go through, but however, tonight I'm happy to be on your show.
Go ahead.
If you tell my pre-majority of government what the government going through, they lack the vision and the ability to lead our country. Just imagine 12 years ago, the current president told us that there's current opportunity. Now, just in current time, 22 million was misappropriated. Now, in the current time, 9 million cannot be accounted for. 73,000 United States are intended for inauguration celebration cannot be accounted for. Any position are being hijacked. Now, these are records that go global wide. So people look at the history of the country, of the current government, so that they have no interest in IUTA to do business with them. So it will be difficult for the government to get international aid. So, however, we got to manage with them until the state end. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much, this person. Hello. Hello. Let's take this one. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Your name, where you calling from?
I'm James Carter calling from the Oro.
Okay, let's hear you.
You know, that's something I want to discuss. What we are suffering this country here, listen to me, Kanye. I'm not a politician, I'm not interested in politics. But plenty talking from different sides in this country here. Just going to the dream where you're part of a lot of everybody that politician. Everybody running their mouth. We need to so hate in this country here to work together as a team, as a lovely people. We are not doing it. Hatred and jealousy, evil that into us, Liberians. People seek or everybody want good for themselves. If you order power, you're only talking you create a it's something this country we're seeing it. Journalists there too, they're not joining on our side, they're joining on our side. We're sharing this country into chaos and predicament. What I'm saying. I'm talking another politician, but I'm preaching the truth. What I'm hearing everybody that go. This country is going to the dream, my brother. I'm telling you. Our representative in district today, like I call about, he's not creating a district, but he's just causing all the things that will level you on. It's a caution. You saw people, they joy, right in the zero car, a woman in Ghana. He's not talking about that time. The country is going to dream of my brother. Thank you.
He's a what? He's a caution?
Yeah.
The man is a 400 BM. The man eating all
Leda, you want to talk that like you gotta carry on first because
no, you go already. Hello.
Yes, I'm calling from Grandpa.
Jacob, let's hear you.
From Grandpa.
Yeah, really, I really want to find out from President Mo and Sekou, where is the commitment for this government? Because every time they criticize the government, anything the government do, they can't say. The government do the good part, they can't say anything about it. But everything they continue be behind the government back to back. So I really want to ask them, what's better the thing we can able to put together to carry the country forward? Since they are in America, let them come down here and beat the paper and get into to carry the country forward. But sitting over there and criticize whatsoever the government is doing every day, I don't think they can able to help the Liberian people. So I really want to talk to them, let them come down, so we all can able to straighten out the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's take another person. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Your name, where you calling from?
I'm Suku Tape calling from Ralphie Highway, to be specific, to add some. What happened to Liberia is about discrediting yourself. When George Weah government CDC was in power, the very opposition are in power today declare Liberia unsafe. In the international world, we already know Liberia is unsafe. If the part of Liberia now reaches the top power, now they go out there to meet international, want to meet the international people. They will not listen to them. Because the ears of the international people have collected that Liberia is not safe. Liberia is not safe. They made Liberia unsafe for themselves. You see, so they will suffer it. The seeds that they planted, they are germinated, bearing fruit. We all will suffer it. So we prepare for that suffering. Thank you very much. And that's strength we expected it everything.
Thank you. This person. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Your name? Where you calling from?
I say I'm Suku Tape calling from Ralphie Highway.
Suku, welcome.
The same person?
Let's hear you.
Oh, you are not hearing me? I said
that means
let's hear you.
Yeah, that means then you already finished talking.
Liberia is not safe.
I'm finished talking simple.
Okay. All right, let's take another person. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Your name, where you calling from?
I'm from Isaac Dihimi, calling from Montesquieu resident.
Welcome, let's hear you.
Yeah, I just want to buttress the color that just left the The issue is, I don't know, I can say Liberia deserve it because they quit to listen to what I will do and they don't see whether it will be done and they will agree and put behind you. And so the country, the manner in which we needed to live, that's the country that we live in.
One more call, okay?
Whether it will be good, it will be bad.
Okay.
We have to wait for the 6 years.
Thank you so much. Let's take another person quickly. Hello?
Maybe the last person.
Good evening.
Your name, where you calling from?
My name is Madam F. I'm calling from Party.
Welcome, let's hear you.
You see, people, we always discussing about the government. We all need good for Liberian, but always when it comes to power with lying, you will not sustain the line. You can't govern with lying. You can play politics, but when you try to govern, you will not lie with government. So everybody will see the reality. The first assessment the party made, executive order, BLAA, and also 22 million, BLAA. They also talk about what? Yellow machine, BLAA. So everything I just blood, nothing going on. We just see something. We pray better for the country, but now if you continue to lie, they will all be that lie will continue to sustain. And you guys don't want to say, oh, you can't pray for something that God said, don't get on the road. You say, get long life. Then you go lay down the foot. One car hate it. They say, oh, God said, I get long life.
Thank you.
Now continue to pray. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Sekou, before I leave, finally I turn over to you. On the Ministry of Foreign Affairs website, there's a very sensitive information there, and I want to provide that information, then I just leave it with you. President Joseph Numa Boakai holds bilateral talk with South Korean president. So let me read this quickly, and I see the photograph of President Boakai and his team sitting. Let me read this very quickly. Very quickly. His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai, Senior President of the Republic of Liberia, and his delegation engaged in bilateral discussion with His Excellency Yoon Suk, President of the Republic of South Korea, in Seoul on the sidelines of Korea's Africa Summit 2020. President Yoon extended his welcome to President Boakai and congratulated him on assuming the presidency of Liberia. He expressed gratitude for Liberia's historical support during the Korean War, emphasizing the enduring 60 years relationship between the two nations. President Boakai conveyed his appreciation for the opportunity to participate in the inaugural Korea-Africa Summit and reiterated Liberia's unwavering commitment in deepening its partnership with Korea. The Liberian leader outlined the multi-faced challenge faced by Liberia, encompassing various sectors such as agriculture, infrastructure, human resource development, renewable energy, education technology, fishery, policy development, port construction. He requested Korea's support and partnership in addressing these challenges. Now, this is what attracted me more. In response, President Yold made the following assurance in leveraging the partnership in a range of areas covering the development of roads and infrastructure, meaning they will help to develop road and infrastructure, contingent upon a detailed proposal.
Hey, hold on. That's what they write there, meaning.
How come you? Let me just finish with
that. That's what they say. I just want to make sure.
That's what is written there.
Okay.
The provision of scholarship for Liberian students seeking to pursue studies in various disciplines in Korea, and leading assistance in advancing agricultural development in Liberia, encompassing the transfer of agricultural technology and key to focus on production. The Korean leader also gave his country commitment to supporting the enhancement of Liberia's fishery sector, his willingness to consider support for Liberia's renewable energy development, and his support to the transfer of digital capability and technologies to Liberia. You also conveyed Korean unwavering commitment to aiding and partnering with Liberia in realizing its development objectives and surmounting its current challenges, contributing to a well-being of the Liberian populace. Concluding, the Korean leader assured President Boakai that Korea will efficiently contribute to the full implementation of the government in agriculture, role and rules of laws, education and tourism agenda, and that they stands ready to support the country overcome the current challenges and improve the lives of the Liberian, people. So I got this picture. I don't know whether I can share it with you guys to see. They're telling us that they met with the Korean president. And there's a picture here telling us that they actually met with the Korean president. Can I share that?
You can share it, but I think we have seen it. What I want to tell you is that from the start of the reading, I don't know whether you.
Yeah, we didn't respond.
Yeah, Mo will respond quickly. You understood it. They were all at the meeting. The Liberian government even taking picture on the red carpet. The reporter as the president met with the Korean president. But from the start of your reading, he said, they were all there at the meeting floor, right? They were there for days. They said they had a conversation on the sideline.
That's the key word I want to highlight. Sideline.
Listen to that. Liberian leader had a meeting with Korean leader on the sideline. On the sideline of the meeting place. Arab leaders met the Korean leader not only in a specific venue, but on a different days. Special meeting with those leaders on a different days. But the Liberian people just telling you that their leader met with the Korean leader on the sideline. Pay you what you read, not me saying it. So, Mom, they can.
What are the other sideline? Wow, the fact that they met with the president.
It doesn't matter. They went there. Obviously, they were seeing him.
Okay.
But what comes out of it? Meeting that we have, meeting that's some substantive, that will yield something to Liberia. That's what matters to the Liberian people. It doesn't matter how many people you take picture with. You know, Liberian officials were there begging other leaders cannot take picture with you, so they can show to the Liberian people, because many people are blinded. Many people, they don't read. All they see is pictures, so they think photo ops could suffice, their travel benefit. Because they travel, they took picture with the president, then definitely or obviously other president, other leaders, and other countries we are mentioning right now, nobody worry about they taking picture. The thing that Korean people themselves reported that they did, the agreement, the plans, that they have for those countries, whether it's development, whether it's investment, they are saying it. Why they not saying about Liberia wouldn't blowing their own trumpet? All the things what you just said, they are just all sugar coating stuff. It's all lies. Nothing, no truth in it. Zero. The people they are noted for lying. They lie about everything just to fool the Liberian people. That's how they got to power, and that's how they want to govern. The reason why you, Masoy, and other people, we are hated by these same people, because we are there to erect their points whenever they continue to lie. And we are there to expose their lies and continue misleading of the Liberian people. Why can you tell the Liberian people what happened and the Korean people not saying it? Monk, you can respond.
Liberia is an interesting place. That's why they will continue to hate SKTV. We know their MO. We know how the guys play. When you go to an international summit, these countries are not like a tier war country where things happen behind the scene. They give you a lineup, they give you a date, they give you a list of leaders that will meet, the time of the day, and the importance of that meeting. When you started reading, that's why I was laughing, because when you said silent, I knew it was a joke. But that is why they're going to bring to you guys to make it to look like they got hope after to say something happened in South Korea, where we all knew what that meeting was intended for, the country that would benefit, the specific amount. Look, there is not Africa. You're talking about South Korea. South Korea ranked as one of the top countries in the world when it comes to living standard, the economy, the education, everything. There is not some country where you can just go and just do things randomly. No, they call the countries. They told them specifically what they need. One of my big brother can put me some screenshot in my inbox talking about the government signed memorandum of understanding with agro fishery and food trade. You can feed yourself in that, but you're engaging in trade with South Korea. You want me to believe that on trade, because trade means we're exchanging goods and services both ways. You want to tell me that, bro, we enter into a food trade with South Korea when you can't even feed yourself in that, bro? How does that work? But you know what? They will come up with these stories because of what they expected. They know that they're coming home now. They got to give you something. They got to throw a red meat to you to fall for this crap. But they know behind the scene what happened. You're talking about Korean War on the side. Look, when people go to international conferences, they had dinners, they meet in open places, but the crux of the meeting, we were not there. So whether he met a South Korean president, whether it was just having lunch or a banquet or whatsoever, what they call international summit, you go and have discussion with people. But the fact of the matter is, that's why some countries, they didn't power the Senate president, they get some delegation, low power delegation, because they know they were not important at that particular meeting. Even though the country is not important, but there was nothing in there for them. So why spend that much money? Maybe they sent 3 people that go and represent us for African country because it's a summit. So they can say, oh, Ghana was there or Mauritania was there, but the leaders aren't going to attend. But the most important leader that has stake in it, that's why they went there. And Joseph Boaga never has stake in that meeting. I bet you 6 months from now, if you call your information minister to tell you what they got in that meeting, he won't tell you nothing. But he know that when they're coming home now, they're preparing their lies, they're preparing their fake expectation so that they can justify the reason why they went there and why they took your money. That's why they come up with this bogus thing. Oh, they took a picture. Yeah, if you go to a summit and you meeting leaders, why you think that a picture cannot emerge from there? Why make you think you cannot go into a room and have a discussion with a South Korean leader? That's a summit. You can interact with him. The question is, what is in it for the Liberian people? And that's why you never know. They will post it. They will post the photo and everything. At the end of the day, they say silent. Silent means you are also broadcaster. You are less important. The people who he wanted to meet, he met them twice, back-to-back meeting, bilateral meeting, and that's silent.
And not on the sideline.
I tell you, Sekou, you can hope
people can force their way through. People can force their way through. It's very possible. What we get to offer right now, What do we have to offer right now? So when these people go to the meeting, the fact that they will even meet with that president to discuss issue, and he made such a commitment in their write-up. Let's wait and see what's going to happen. The thing is, people can vote. You're already saying the president get contact. Now he went. By the grace of God, he was able to meet with the president. Yeah, he was able to meet with the president. There's pictures. Hey, the man made his commitment. The man said this, the man said that. Let the people come back and let's see. The thing is, I thought the man never met the president at all. But the man was able to meet with the president. Even the man met the president.
You never seen the man. You never seen the man in the picture, with the president. They put you know what? They like bring people who, especially the person that wrote that information. They were very, very smart. That's why they were deliberate. They were very precise when they describe the nature and venue of the so-called meeting. They said they met with the Korean president on the sideline. Because if they say anything out of the ordinary, they will be exposed easily. But the way they crafted this document that you just read, a common person or regular person will not even capture that line, the sideline. By the time you said it, I started laughing. Most started laughing. We didn't talk. From that point, I'm not even looking at what you were reading, but from that point, we could deduce that this was not anything tangible. This is something that these guys are putting out there. At least Papa went out in the morning. Papa coming home. Papa got to get something in the plastic bag. Whether that bread, that orange, there's something like, coconut or cookies or something. Papa got to show something that Papa coming home. So they got to show something. So people like you, Sekou, and other people who can easily fall for these little things, trivial things. But they believe the way they frame the language, the way they craft the English, it will be hard for an ordinary person to just understand, the intricacy of what they're trying to communicate. But we know, being aware of the fact of the happenings there, we know exactly what happened. We know issues that were discussed. We know countries that were considered in their various meetings. We know the dividends of those meetings. And we know Liberia was not regarded, was not considered as one of those countries on the international stage. Let me tell you what happened, just for the benefit of our viewership. Everybody was invited, the whole country, the whole Africa. You had the right to go as president. You had the right to send your Minister of Foreign Affairs or any other delegation representing your government. If you don't have direct stake in there, if you have nothing tangible to discuss, if you don't have what South Korea needs, or if you don't have, if South Korea got nothing to give you, you want to be represented, you can still send low-key officials to represent your country. That will at least save the country some money, as opposed to the president taking a whole group of people, senator, and some useless people to just go there for the sake of being there, just to get their daily allowances in their pocket. So these people, their objective is to travel. Whenever you travel, they see that as an opportunity to get money for themselves, not for Liberia, not to get anything. So the purpose of their going over there is just to make sure Joseph Daladron, Joseph Boaga, and all the other people then that travel with them, they will get their daily allowances in their pocket, with Liberia getting nothing. So when they're coming back, all eyes are on them. SKTV already explained to the Liberian people as to what happened there, who got what, from every country, from all levels. So they got to come with something. So they will fabricate stories. Anything happened in that place was reported. Everything was reported by South Korea themselves. All the important things. If it's not reported by them, when you hear it, you must investigate, especially when you hear it for the usual sources of lying.
Yep.
The government and their people, they've been lying through all their life. When they started the government, when they campaigning, they lie about everything. They won the election, they lie about everything. They started governing, they lie about everything. So even when you say the truth, if you are accustomed to lying and you are noted to be pathological liars, anything you say, people will not believe it. And when we know that you are lying, only those who don't pay attention, people with limited information will fall for it and they will agree with it. But it will be a disservice to the Liberian people if we can come and fall for those lies and fabrication that is done purposely to deceive the Liberian people as they have been doing throughout. Steve, welcome. So, Monk, before Steve, let me tell you, man.
Give us an update. We've been fighting the politics, and you know our people. Today is Friday.
I want to say about 7 people donated, but let me tell you the
wow,
funny.
7?
Let me tell you 7 people. One person donated twice. Once, you know, the person was kind of feeling weird, but once the person gave $60, and then when they see that people nobody say any deposit, $20 again.
And that's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, you know, that's very bad. So I have 2 callers here. But callers, you hold the line. Steve just came in. Want to hear from Steve? Then I'll take a few calls from here. Then we'll continue with the partner.
Yeah, I really did not intend to call in today or to come on, but I'm tempted to come on. I'm tempted to come on, Mr. Kane. And the reason I'm tempted to come on is because there are some things we can't joke with. You know, whether you get degree, you not get degree, there are some steps people can take in life if you're a grown person, if you're mature and intelligent and a wise person. There are some steps people can take in life. You know that it will be a failure. But there are also some steps people can take in life. You know that they're on that road to succeed. This shame and disgrace that is brought to Liberia through Joseph Yuma Boakai is not coincidental. And I'm saying to the Liberian people here on the show that I support the president and it's sweet for you. I support Senator Darius Dillon and the rest of the people who went there. It's sweet for the Liberian people. In fact, I'm encouraging them to I'm encouraging Senator Darius Dillon and Joseph Boakai, saying I got nowhere to do. Let them be on the internet 24/7 looking for where they're having conferences. Let them go there, they will get their padams. Oh yes, I'm encouraging them to do that. I'm begging them to please do that. I'm holding their feet to please do that. In fact, I will help them to do research on places, even if they're having one in Kuala Lumpur, let them go there. They're having one in Singapore, let them go there. They're having one in whatever part of the world, let them attend. At the end of the day, guess what? They don't need to bring anything back to the Liberian people. Do you know that? The Liberian people don't deserve them to bring anything back. Let me tell you something. The Liberian people like what they got. Let them enjoy what they got. We told you Joseph Boakai never had any contact at all. That Joseph Boakai is zero balance. The man who operating on loan, he got any balance in your account? We told y'all what y'all said to us. And y'all said we're jealous. We also told y'all that because Joseph Boakai has no contact, Joseph Boakai has no respect internationally. Nobody respect him. He's zero on the international stage. So it will not benefit. What y'all said to us? And y'all said we're jealous. And y'all said we don't know what we're talking. Or that now listen to some you that isn't calling. The other one that calls he won't be political and he just want to say the truth. They're not no political. A bunch of Sanama swans. Those Sanama swans will call. And that's what they will do. They will distract on the platform because they name themselves that way. They stand for nothing. So they want to see that this country is ridiculed and our people suffer. You understand, Mr. Kane? And so while they are going through this, I am saying, let President Joseph Yuma Boakai, and they call him to an African Union, something they had in a few days. He saying you're not going there because you know what?
He didn't go there.
No, the money was not enough. That's why the pardon was not enough. Yeah. So it's all about Padam business. The last thing I want to say is this, Mr. Kane. You know, we don't want to tell you what will happen before it happens. We don't want to tell you all the meeting that they were going for in that place there. Nothing will come from out of it. You know, my brother Monk was on and said, anybody let it get put the benefit of the doubt, whatever it is. That's good. The scene where we told you, I said nothing was going to come from there. We're not going to bring nothing back. They don't roll free, a first class back and forth plane.
And took picture of share.
Took picture and share on a post and told you, you can do nothing. You're nobody, you're zero. What they don't tell you, it's sweet for you because doing Joey at ain't roll first class. The economy will intercepted thing. The economy intercepted thing right now. Ain't riding first class and laughing and joking. Look, Mr. Kane, I just want to remind the Labrador about something about it happening very soon. You know the one economic crime code thing that Joseph Boakai play inside and he didn't play the American people? And you know about the one economic crime code thing that Joseph Boakai play himself and Yombly play yourself? And you know why any fanatic overplay himself? That other noise coming with us. The noise behind that one coming wake up. You're not saying SKTV not tell you. We're telling you in advance. So when the noise wake up, you can know what's up. The noise coming wake up, it has caught the attention of serious-minded people that these guys over there are playing games and they will pay for it. You're listening to that word. I'm saying there will be consequences. They will pay for what they did. You're watching.
So Steve, thank you so much. When we told them here, you know, first when Joseph Boakai, they said, Joseph Boakai now signed law, walk around Kodo. Congratulations, Mr. President. Joseph Boakai have done something no president have done in Liberia. We told you it was a lie. The people, their MO is all about lying and deception. We tell you they're not walk around Kodo and nothing going to happen. Joseph Boakai came here and went by and never heard anything about it. Say nothing happened. How long you go now? Oh, you got to walk around Kodo now? You will learn to listen. Listen to your ear and process the information with your brain.
Oh, before you tell the fact, send it watching and they listening. There is a conference coming up in Kenya. Yeah, I told you we have them. There is a conference coming up in Kenya very soon. I hope they will sign up for it. And they can get half of the pardon for it. So, Mr. President and Senator Darren Dillon, they light. Another conference.
Send information to Dillon, your boy.
Yeah, I will send it to my boy Dillon. Another conference coming up in Kenya. Please round up the troop, and we hope to see you in Kenya again. And
the Mexican and you have their election to the inauguration coming.
Exactly, Mexico. I thought, but Mr. Kane, play the inauguration coming. South Africa coming. Yeah, they can Mexico coming. I think Brazil coming. So we got a lot of programs coming up that you guys can travel and be on first class, enjoy yourself. And in fact, Senator Dillon, the next time you're taking picture, I beg you, please. I beg you, please. At least just put a peace sign there. Just for us, put a peace sign while you're on first class. You know, get thumbs on a peace sign. You know, you're too something like that.
Let me take some color. Take Abraham Connor. Abraham, are you there? I got 3 callers on the line here. Just hold the line. Abraham Connor, are you there?
They could please give us an update, man, before the people start calling.
My man, the last time I was, hold on, man, the line's jamming up. Let me see.
Yeah, the line jamming up and they can't even show up.
Oh, yeah, but you know now, the people there, you know, whatever we say we'll do, that's what we'll do eventually. I'm not going to talk about it here, but.
Yeah, I think we need a decision.
Yeah, so sentiment, no, hold on one second, let me make sure. If I take the caller, I think everyone said we're not paying attention, but let me just make sure it is any new stuff so I can tell you. First, I told you 7, right?
Yep.
Come on, man. Yep, 8. That's it.
That's far. That's the unacceptable.
Yeah, that's because the last 2 was $10 and $25. So
yeah.
Make it 8.
We told him 30 is the bare minimum on a Friday, so it's not even worth it.
Yeah, so let's go to the line here. Let's take a few calls. Let's take a few calls. Let's take these 3 calls and then we call it a day.
Yep. Call it a day.
So, Abraham, are you there? Yeah, you're live. For some reason, your voice is kind of far away from the radio, from the phone.
No. Sorry, what happened? I thought interrupted my stuff.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
Well, how's it going, man? Great show, Sekou, and Tomong, and then the guys from Liberia, Steve. The great show again, guys. Keep doing your part. You know, I called specifically with regards to the discussion that had to do with the president's visit to South Korea. And primarily, the release said, Shebu Koma, my dear brother in Liberia, ran a thing. Whoever published that release, they didn't do the government or the president any justice. And here's why. If you visit a nation directly upon the invitation of that country's president in such a conference, and you're not on the main line, but you're on the sideline, and you publish that was meant on the sideline, it indicated that you are not a permanent invitees to that conference. That's one. Because when you mention sideline in a diplomatic context, those things happen maybe at the United Nations or the annual conference, so and so. If you're going to be a contest president for such a conference, and you are not on the main line, you're talking about, you say you're making on the sideline, after every major thing have been discussed, it says a lot. But that's just a cover up to save face right now. It's an embarrassment. That's one. Two, you're talking about fishery. Emma Glasgow was the one that was running all around for the fishery company who was signing agreement for that. That she brought that fishery to that prominence today. He wasn't a president of the nation. That you're going to take that kind of high-powered delegation and you come back in terms of fishery. First and foremost, you will be signing fishery agreement that will put you in a position for expectations and other things. So, my brother, Segu, I don't know why they released that. Maybe because it's sensing that there are a lot going on back home. Couple with the live on SK TV and other people that are calling them to boom. That's the reason why they had to come up with that kind of flimsy release inside, my brother. Liberia is look, sorry, man. Thanks, God. Let's just keep it there. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Let me take the next caller. 978 number. Last 4 digits is 0264. Are you there? Hello? Hello, caller? Yeah, what is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Emmanuel Jazzy. I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Emmanuel from Pennsylvania. You're live on SKTV. Go ahead.
Yes, I got an issue with that.
Go ahead.
So you're going to be operational all through your life? Oh, wait. Let me just say this. If I were the government, I would not go to South Korea. I would not say nobody to South Korea. Number one, we went to South Korea. We got more business in South Korea. But the problem there is we are lazy, including the SKTV crew. There are a lot of business proposals out there. You want to come up with proposal? Let's go develop our country. South Korea was developed by the Japan, South Korean. We are Japan and Korean. We got a middle income for the whole country. We don't get one corporation in Liberia. All we do is saying now.
My man, how can you speak for everybody? If you don't have anything, say you don't have anything. Don't talk about everybody.
I do business in Liberia.
Oh, I thought you said you don't have anything there.
I said we don't have a major corporation in Liberia.
Okay.
Let me show you Liberia corporation.
Now it's a corporation.
Yeah.
He said nothing. Now it's a corporation.
You sure nothing there now? We don't have a corporation. But anyway, say you have something there. Say you have something there. Then we have something there. But go ahead. Okay. Oh, but you think people should have their stuff? People should send their stuff there when they know that people are going to steal it. People, the one they have already, they're already stealing that. You want people to carry their stuff there so they can go steal it? My man, nobody invests in a country that is not conducive for investment. What are you talking about? Because the country is corrupt and the leaders are corrupt. Where? Do you know how the money people complain about corruption and people, government officials and their children? My man, listen. We don't do that. If I'm talking, you keep talking, I'll cut you off. Okay? You got to listen to me. When I finish, then you can talk. Thank you. Do you know how many Lebanese people complain about how they've been harassed by the Liberian people, the Liberian government officials? Do you know how many Liberian government officials will go to the Lebanese people, they will get building material, they go, they take their stuff, they don't pay? Do you know how that's the reason why the Lebanese people, everybody doing business in the country, they're making prices exorbitant, making prices high for the Liberian people because they feel like the government officials are harassing them. They're paying more money, to free their stuff. As a result, who carry the burden? The common people, the regular Liberian people. That's why the country is so hard. Anybody that used to living in countries that really accept investment, that embrace investment, that have clear and good justice system, that when somebody corrupt them, they take them to court, that nobody can just take advantage of them. Those countries, they don't call investors. Investors go there by themselves. They make research. They hear about the country. They know how the country is conducive and ready for investment. They know how the justice system works. Then the investor will be running there. You have to provide the environment, the conducive environment that will attract investors. If that is not there, then you are blaming people for not going to Liberia, but not blaming people who are creating unhealthy environment, unsafe environment for the Liberian people. Then you blaming people for not going there. How reliable? I mean, how fair is that? Yes.
We are the middle income for Liberia. The middle income of Liberia. Some of us are millionaires for Liberia. When we are in the Liberian sector, we are millionaires. Let all open the corporation. Don't see what it will do us. We are never trying. We keep complaining.
How do you know? There are a lot of people that have tried, my man. All right. I want you to conclude. Tell us, I got to take another caller. Conclude. Make your final point. Make your final point.
So we will get this. Let's get into the opposition for the rest of our life.
All right. Thank you. We no problem. 763 number 763 last 4 digit 5433. Are you there? 763 number.
Hello, Sekou. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. This is Pastor Cummins.
Pastor Gerald Cummins. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you're alive, sir.
Okay.
And I apologize for the long way. You'll be on hold for 16 minutes.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. I'm okay.
All right, go ahead, sir.
What is on my mind, because I see it's an open mic, right?
Yes, sir.
What is on my mind has to do with the LRRC.
Okay.
You see, every time I pop in here and I say something, President Mong would say, I always talk about the system and how that system is built. Only innovative thinkers or people who play around the system that refuse to go back in the system can change the ideology of the system. And I said the other time, it's not always the fault of the electorate, though. Mm-hmm. But when you have people of the system who build that system only for themselves, you will always have a real current. The reason why I say that is this. When I was active in the media, I broke a major story of the Saudi priest $5 billion to Liberia, Honor Chairman Gedeh Bryan. At that time, the late Harry Gree was economic advisor to Chairman Bryan. And Dr. Dan was at the Ministry of Education. And I'm telling you true story. Even though Chairman Bryan is there, my good friend, the late Harry Gree, is there, but the late Chairman Gedeh Bryan and Dr. Dan almost got into a face fight. When I broke that story, I had all the documents for almost 1 month. So Harry Green and Sis Mary Lorraine and Dr. Hassan Conte, now Ambassador Hassan Conte, they were having a press conference. I told one journalist, a girl, a newscaster, she tipped me, gave me a tip, said, Jerome, where are you? I said, I'm on campus. Said, but go to the library on campus at the University of Liberia. There's a serious press conference going on. I said, you joking? She said, you got a document? I said, in the trunk of my car. And I went to the press conference. The press conference, during the question and answer period, the press conference entered into a heated argument between the late Harry Bree and myself. They were shocked. The questions I was asking because I had a document in my possession, $5 million. Then we come to a conclusion that they wanted to talk to me, but the time they sent for me to go to the mansion, my brother, I've been around for a long time. No journalists go to the mansion 6 o'clock and they flag down. You on your own. Cut long story short, Mr. Bree, Dr. Conte, and Sis Mary Lorraine appear on my program. While we were in there talking about the Saudi priest $5 million, in that $5 million, there was a project to build many estates for internally displaced folks, IDPs. So LRRC was supposed to get some money to build that mini estate somewhere around the Baptist Seminary. I never knew about that. While I was on the air, LRRC workers staged riot in the other side of the studio. If they entered the building, there was a fist fight between the security. So when I saw the story on the repatriation of Liberians, I said, what didn't go right, or what was not done right yesterday? These are the benefit of some of the things we refused to do. And that money was given to the government of Liberia. By it being that they built that many estate, Liberians that came from Ghana won't be in a makeshift structure. And then look at the new hula balloon now surrounding the repatriation of Liberians. Look at the story surrounding all those things. And every time I say this, the only way you can change the system, except you find innovative thinkers. Until then, the system remains the system. And Sekou, I'll tell you this, the opposition political party or presidential candidate, a lot of them are a bunch of lazy people. They're not waiting to learn from people who play around the system and tell them, say, look, you can beat this, but you don't have to bring the same players. Mark my word, 2 years from now, they're going to bring the same players.
Thank you, sir.
And then we will bring the electrics.
Yep.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you as always, my brother. So let's go to this question. I think this is Credible Sharif. Hello.
Yes, this is Credible.
Sharif. Yeah, go ahead, my brother. Welcome to SKTV. What's on your mind?
Thank you. Yes, sir. I'm going to be sarcastic here, Brother Sekou. To the topic, you know, the key word Salah, you know, when my brother Sekou was reading, to back me up. You know, I heard that. I was laughing at the track. I stopped the track. Seriously. You know, Sekou, sometimes I love the passion, but, you know, you just try it, man. You're not making it.
You're not making it,
Anyway, yeah, he's making it really well.
You made Sekou to show face straight. Sekou, he will make it. They will make it. The rescue people will see the man. They'll give you the man. They'll get a man with enough information so he can do a better job.
But anyway, to my point, right? Other serious countries like Sierra Leone and other people that are on that list, they couldn't just wake up and just went over there because they wanted to go there. The people, they work in the back, they make things happen. And then they ensure that their leaders were going to meet the SEAL leaders before they went there. But our president and our people, because they wouldn't want the money, they wouldn't hear the song about let's hear Korea or let's hear what are going to. So when they went there, they met on the side, no potential. They were big old. The man was sick of a man, the other agent was going to mess up with it, but they don't see that. The two agents are going to.
Say the man other hand can't wake up? No. Lead out one. Let's talk about the vehicle.
Because I got a picture of the man shook the man hand. The man hand can wake up. He might not say that kind of thing.
All right, thank you so much. All right, so my man Gigi Jim say all of you people are called. He said if they never contributed here, you got to contribute to SKTV today, that Friday. Gigi James, I'll just get a message. She even said that the story Pastor Comis was giving is that story deserve collection. People got to pay. So
yeah, that was a historical event over there.
That was very good. So Mong, so while we were talking, the last time I told you we were at 8 people, so it has gone to 11. So
it's nothing. It's not even half of our quota for the day. There
were 3 additional. Yeah, there were 3 additional donations. So yeah, but
you know, we have meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have to, I have to report whatever it is. So Seku, before we call it a day, the information that we saw today about the whole budget, I want us to close with that conversation just briefly before we leave. Should the president send the budget back and say the people should work on the budget, or the government decide to somehow streamline the budget or work on the budget or redo the budget? That means a lot of spending will be put on hold, and that means the government have reasons to say, well, we did not perform because of this whole budget hullabaloo. Do you think that would be a fair argument by the government? Or do you think the government, about Joseph Boakai, the executive themselves, they are part of the mesh that we are actually watching right now?
I'm not in the government.
I didn't say you are.
Yeah.
From looking at it from the back, from distance.
For me, as an individual, I don't see a prudent for the budget to go back.
Okay.
I don't see a prudent at all. In fact, there is possibility that they already started using the budget. You approve the budget and budget start being used already. So you want post stop to A, you will be bringing another chaos. Civil servant will not receive paid. Medication will not go to hospital on time. There will be a lot of things that will be put hold to. You will be dragging the country back. We're already fighting for development. People are trying their best, despite the eyes of the media and a lot of other opposition political parties on the government every day. Every single step the government takes, it has to be monitored and be exposed to the public. Then you go hold on the budget, maybe for the next 2-3 weeks. What all the people have planned to do, they won't do it, and they'll be delayed in the process. So I don't, and I will advise them not to do it.
Okay. Monk.
Yeah, for me, I got a different take on that, because when you read it, when you go in detail as to the contention that is being raised about then violating, it seemed like the first thing that came to mind, the first question I asked myself, is this a standard practice? Is this what our former finance minister been doing, that after agreeing on the budget, it goes back to the executive when the final hand bill is coming out, then they make changes to it or they alter it? Because the lawmaker from the guy who raised this contention, the Clarence guy, the district number 5 from Magibi, he make it a look at if to say the minister of finance is the criminal here, that you fake us, you alter the document with the expectation that we wasn't going to go through it because already signed into law. It met the both horses consensus, and we send it back just for you to put it into handbill, into law. So it means that you were trying to trick us with the expectation that nobody was going to read it once it come back in here, because librarians say we won't have something from librarian polling book. We are not good at reading. We don't like to read. So that the first thing that came to mind, and if that is the case, how long they've been going on. That's the first thing that came to mind. And the second thing is, I don't think the executive is going to sweat over this. Because if you delay the budget process, all the president will keep doing is requesting for emergency funding. And that won't have no oversight because it's not even a law. So it will just give the executive branch more leverage to spend like a drunken sailor without accountability. That all you'll be doing. But second, that thing is not about what was appropriated in the budget. It's all about control and cut. Because the money that's supposed to be coming to that group they call the Public Accounting Committee, it was given back to the LBO, which is the Legislative Budget Office. And that's what our lawmakers don't want, because they put funds in that budget that were meant for themselves, and they think that it's been taken away from them. And the finance minister is the main conspirator that try to play that game for them. That's why they are calling for it back. That's why they want to recall the budget. But it's not about trying to make adjustment on the line item. No, it's all about the leverage that they had, the money that they allocated for themselves to steal is being taken away from them, and they want it back. I want to call bring our money back. I think that's how we call this process at the moment. Bring our money back.
So one person added something after that. So 12 people now is a guy, but that person, in fact, that person specifically made mention of $20 if she should give it to Sekou.
But you know, guys, that's a tradition too. Usually on Friday, when we don't do good on Friday, I notice our people, they usually come maybe sometime the day after. So for the benefit of that, for me, I love to wait.
So basically, they can do good when we actually say a fixed amount that we need for a particular cost. They always do that.
30.
Yeah. So
Fridays.
So tomorrow we can continue.
Complete the rest, and hit the weekly goal. That's it.
Yeah. So let me do this. One sec. I'm just trying to respond to a text message here quick.
I love Shehu, the man from Grand Gedeh. You know what I love about him? You know, Shehu got his hope high. He got great expectation about this president, but at a certain point, it's turning like something called cognitive bias. You know, cognitive bias is constantly giving yourself reassurance of something that is not there. He still got a hope. I think his faith is more than Abraham in the Bible, because they say Abraham was the father of faith, but Shehu has hope in Joseph Parker, and faith is greater than even Abraham's faith. He's seen it. He read it for himself. He said, "Salam." But yet, he still wants to believe.
Yeah, but you know the funny thing?
Thank God he is ready.
That would have double. Both you and I, even though we're not looking at the write-up, but we just captured that part.
Yeah, the silence.
You know, simultaneously.
Yes.
Just from reading.
Because when you tell you.
Yeah. When you mention sideline, it's okay. So among two people, I just get some. I saw $10 coming in the cash app, and I saw. Let me see. I saw something coming. Just I saw cash app.
Yeah, just your update so we know what we're targeting tomorrow to complete the weekly goal.
Yeah. So that was it was $10 on the cash app. So that means 13 people now. So you say 30, right? That means we got 17.
Our goal, let me tell you something, Sekou. You run a company.
I thought you said 40 or minimum 30.
30. We can go above 30. And the bare minimum we said, even though people giving 20. So technically, what we came up with was at least $20 from 30 people bare minimum.
Okay, so among I just told you that somebody sent $10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was also for cash out, so another person sent $30.
Okay, so that's two.
So
there.
So that's two right there. No, but all the number I'm telling you, I counting $15 and all that. So
Sekou, when you do sales and marketing,
I'll just call the number. I can just call the number of people.
When you do sales and marketing,
one person donated at least 60, and then 20. That person they donated twice.
Yeah.
So we calculate that. So let me say this more before we go. Liberian politics is the funniest thing I ever seen in my life. You know, the Stanton Witherspoon factor when it comes to Joseph Walker government. He recommended a lot of people, including some of them, got jobs, some of them didn't get jobs. The ones that got job include Fangon, Fadiga, and some other people. I said, in fact, Stanton Witherspoon wanted Ansu Dwalu to be the city mayor of Monrovia.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what Stanton Witherspoon wanted. And when that didn't happen, he sent Ansu Dwalu there with some of the stolen money to go and build the luxury hotel with swimming pool and I don't know, the hotel, that motel, whatever that is. Stanton, we were informed that Stanton Witherspoon the one that gave that money as part of his investment laboratory, because before when he come from jail, some of the investment will be working for him, or even while in jail. Stanton Witherspoon decided to reward those that stood with him. The Fadiga brothers went all the way to Florida with him when he appeared to court for his final verdict. And Ansu Dwalu, Dr. Francine, other people were the one that actually wrote those, those testimony.
Character witness, right?
Character witnesses to say good things about him so he can get some leniency from the court. So everybody knows in order for Joseph Boakai to win the election, Stanton Witherspoon, the Fadiga brothers, especially Hussein Fadiga, they went on the rampage against Alexander Cummings. They call him all the names in the book. In fact, Stanton Witherspoon and may not even have done much, but Fadiga brothers, they went to the extent where Cummings' wife had to call them out, asking them to leave her son, her children, off of the politics. Interestingly, people that were supporting Cummings are the one today defending Fadiga. Simply because they have something against the other guy. And in politics, especially in America here, anything that got to do with Democrat or Republican person, you will see them rally. We will go and say anything supportive that will give any facelift to a Democrat politically, no matter what happens. Similarly, Republican, the same thing. I mean, Republican will not do it, Democrat will not do it. But Liberian people, majority of them, they join in politics as if to say they understand politics. And everything happening right now, the noise alone, it is at the detriment of Joseph Walker government. The more they fight, the more the image of the government is tinted. The more they fight, the more problem Joseph Walker will have within his inner cycle, and the infighting will increase. And at the end of the day, they will get it back together because they are on the same team. I'm not with any political party, but I care less about what Joseph Walker government will do to each other. Like Ibi Krumao, that Fadiga, anybody, I care less. Because I do not expect anything good coming from Joseph Boakai, knowing the fact that he hasn't shown leadership in terms of anything that has been proven over the years. His judgment has never been good at all. So when I say labyrinth policy is so funny, today I saw some guys attacking Yasindi, saying that Yasindi said something about Ibi Kruma. I don't know, they say, some of them called me actually and talked to me. So what happened when I saw them attacking Yasindi, I called one of them, one of them is my friend that I know from childhood, and I went and told them to stop. And I told the person that I personally respect Yasindi. Yasindi was a decent human being. They should stop attacking her for her opinion. She got a right to call Ibi Kruma any kind of name you want to call her. Ibi Kruma is a public figure. We can't go in her impacts and disrespect her. She complained that Mark Jabatet attacked her, and some people went there to justify that, to even, attack her. The Fadiga brothers and myself, we are friends. We were very close. But our relationship got strained because of Yasindi. I'm saying this because those guys entered into a fight with Yasindi because of politics. Amen. There's no cause.
I know, right?
That they didn't use on her. I went there, tried to intervene. I called on both Fadiga to slow down, to disengage. I got insulted. And someone came to me, called me on the phone, and talked to me how much they hate her and how much they have problem with her. But now today, Fadiga and Ibi Kruma are on each other's throat. Then now,
you are the bad guy.
Yeah, open up when Ibi Kruma feel like Yasindi supporting Fadiga against Ibi, not even knowing the history. Yasindi give you an opinion. Maybe it's not from political line. Maybe she's seeing it a different way. Maybe she's looking at Ibi Kruma's record. She's giving her opinion. But other people not looking at it that way. They feel like, okay, how can they woman here? These guys insulted her. They insulted her party. They insulted her standard brother. They destroyed him. Now she's there defending that person against their own. So they're attacking her. For example, Tiola. Tiola, everybody know Tiola that is somebody for ANC, right? Tiola was only here, in fact, questioning our reporting because it didn't sound to favor of Fadiga. And guess what? Fadiga went under Tiola post to launch attack on me and personally attack me, telling Tiola don't mind him, and then he went on ranting. So what am I saying? ANCO, CPPO, CDCO, Unity Party, or whatever you call yourself. We are not part of any political party. But just know, once we are in politics, every action, people attach some connotation to it. And they will attach some political value to it. Every action. Just want you guys to learn that. But Monk, let me do the final look.
Give the final update, and then we can cut it.
Cut it there. Yeah. So let me see. Yeah, and the another $10. Let me see one.
You know when we set the cap to 30 people on a Friday, the cap is set to $20. That is minimum for a person. So if
you can get 15 and 20, you can get 15 and 20, $10.
Yeah, so if you get 210, I don't count that as two persons, I count it as one, even to that two persons.
No, it's okay. Let's just count. Okay, then that means we do that. That means when somebody get 50, that means we got to count that.
Then we counted that what I'm saying because it's 20 bare minimum. So if somebody get 50, that 2.5. If another person get 10, then they get 3. That I can calculate it. Okay. So right. You're running a show. I mean, I don't have to know for SKTV. So
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's it. So if two presidents send $10, okay, yeah, it pay at two presidents, but calculating our daily goal will be compared to be one person because it's 210 and now $20. That's how I see it.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah. So if somebody send $100 on a Friday, it means they cover for 5 person. So I counting it as 5, even though that one person send it, but from the financial side, it's seen as 5 to meet the number of 30 at least on the daily.
Yeah, all together you got 15 people.
All right, then we'll
No,
do the
I
math
was making
tomorrow.
16 because one of the person gave $50. So if you look at what I did was like 14. So just the calculation you just did.
Yeah.
I instead of 14 now, they'll make that one like a 2.5, and then plus the $10.
The other thing I'll make it 3.
So 16. Let's make it 16. Yeah.
That's the easiest way.
Yeah.
Simple.
So my people, thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for the support.
Tomorrow.
We appreciate it. And those of you who are yet to actually donate to SKTV, we encourage you to do so. We need all the help we can get. It's important to us. Believe me. Very, 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 very important to us. You don't know how much we appreciate you guys. So, Mom?
Yep.
We'll leave it there for today.
We'll leave it for today, tomorrow, God's willing.
And then we'll be here tomorrow, God's willing.
Yeah.
And my people, y'all, thank you for being here, for sticking with us for at least almost 3 hours. 2 hours, 50 minutes. And you are still here. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And we'll be here tomorrow. If you haven't donated to SKTV, donate to SKTV. We need your support. You know, we're like NPRO. We are viewers-driven platform. Support us, driven platform. We can do it by ourselves, but we will not do everything by ourselves. Especially having, 3 radio stations carrying the show. It has a lot of challenges. That's what I'll tell you. But thank you guys. Thank you so much. We will, let me just respond. You say you asked the question. So are you saying that Fadiga, took money and refused to have done the arrest, and then she actually took bribe? And that was not what we said. We said we were not saying it. We were reporting what we were told by the people that were involved with it. So I'm not the one saying it. But because your question implies that I was the one saying it, Fadiga came and took advantage of that on your post to attack me. But you saw my response. Personally, I can engage Fadiga. When I know somebody, we got some relationship to a certain level, I can attack you in public, even if you do attack me. It's called maturity. And because when you know somebody to a certain extent, you know a lot about that person may know something about you as well. For example, a guy called me one time, had some issue with Fadiga. The other brother will get me on the show. He called me while Fadiga was over there. He wanted to go on Facebook, wanted to do X, Y, Z. I told him, don't do that. Even though they had this agreement with Steve the last time they went and insulted me and Steve together, I told them, no. I told the person, no worries. I told Fadiga, call me. He called me, I asked him, he said, what's true? I tried to fix between him and the guy. The guy is right there, and all that. Somebody will say, oh, you know what? Hey, they say this thing about me, I will say this about them. No, that's immaturity. I don't do that. And I don't take politics personal. And when we come on these shows, everything we do here, we do it from a professional setting. I don't take grudges. You insult me here, we move from here, it's finished. That's why I take no personal. If you attack me here, I will respond to you right here and put it behind me and move on. I got a lot of important things to think about. So I don't take anything personal. And so I'm not saying to you that you did anything wrong, Tiola. I respect you a lot. You're one of those supporters and fans of SKTV. We've been around at least for a while. We're friends. We are brothers and sisters. So no hard feelings, okay? I'm not taking anything against you or anybody else. Even Fadiga that went to attack me, you saw my response to him. I even sorry for him. I pray for him. because right now he's in a situation, in a very difficult situation. Hopefully he will survive it. But whatever the case be, we will keep them in our prayers. Hopefully, they will come out well and everything will be fine. So no hard feelings. We are your sister. I respect you a lot, like everybody else. And I recognize your support, for SKTV. Even if sometimes, sometimes we can, step on each other. That's not just you. Me, I can just step on everybody sometimes. But no, hard feeling intended. Trust me. Sometimes I will step on your toe unknowingly. But put at the back of your mind, I keep no grudges at all. Nothing. Zero. I consider everybody here as my friends, brothers and sisters. Some of them are my own mothers, some of them are my papi. Some of them are my little brother, my little sister. Some of them too, I can call them my Julian. Because some of them, we're so used to each other now. They call me anytime. And my wife don't have problem with it because she knows me very well. Yeah, but thank you guys. Really, really, really appreciate. If you do pop cash, I will hack it in a second and shut it down. Case closed. These are lucky you get to. The point that I can do cash at the scale of me, or pop cash at the scale of me. Your media giant, Costa, when you call it me, you we come to the Europa to go in the gutter, that was the scale of me. Still know what else we can try. All the other put your thing, the media giant, and they can't bring that nonsense around me because they know I don't fake. And I take no personal. You take it to me, I take it to you. No tomorrow. Everybody know that. We have lost a lot of followers. Sometimes they came back. They left, they came back. They had meeting with boycott Sekou because he and Costa fighting. Costa fend them boycott, they came back. The other person fend them, they boycott, they came back. They will all go and come back because we are here. Our objective is not personal. So we care less about your personal feelings about me or about the show or about Steve or any other person. All we do here is to discuss issue. But sometimes when you step on us, we just got to, respond to you to show you that when you are on the dancing floor with a blind person, when they hit you, you got to hit them back to let them know that they are not alone on the dancing floor. That's all. Just to signal the blind person, say, no, you're not alone here. If you're dancing, moving, you're a blind person and you hit me, I'll just touch you a little bit to say, hey, be careful. There are a lot of people here, even though you're not seeing, but we got a lot of people here on the stage. You're not alone. So anybody, even those little one day, they can come and attack or something. That was something I can give them some attention, just to let them know that, no, you have your limit. Thank you guys. We really, really appreciate your time. We love you all, and we'll be here tomorrow. And Tiola, I don't see your name on the list for today. So that your team is talking there, I'm looking for the name on the on the donation list right now. I don't see your name. You like you not make it. Yeah, Tiola not make it. So Jomo Jalapai, I don't see. I don't see any here. Say Gonganu, that one buy, even though he's funny man, but you can. He's sending $10 sometimes to SKTV. In Kenya, you run your mouth, Juma Jala, you're not sending all cash out. We'll tell you to be quiet. I'm just joking. Anyway, my people, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. And those of you who are yet to contribute, you can do it tomorrow. Monk say you'll be going around with your basket tomorrow. Thank you so much. We love you all.